Patience call fresh so he can mark this shit. On the 10, smoking Mary Jane, I pull up Peter Park the shit. Yeah, pull up and Peter Park the shit. Yeah, used to ride up on the Tark and shit. Yeah, y'all niggas tripping like Mark and shit. Yeah, it's in the start and shit.
This is a Channel 7 News Scenes. Channel 7 News Scenes.
Good evening. Here's what's happening. We're interrupting our broadcast to bring you this special report. I also have to warn you that what you're about to see almost defies description, and some of you may not want to watch it.
I don't really want to stress about it. I don't even want to know.
What's going on? If you're with us in the chat right now, we're going to get started here very shortly. Just make sure if you're in here and you want to submit your music, hit ! Submit at any point. That's going to bring up Nero where you need to submit your music. And if you want to skip the queue, ! Skip is going to explain how you can get into our paid skip queue, which is fully an option. You do not have to do that. But if you want to guarantee a song gets played on stream today, then I would go ahead and do it. We get a lot of submissions on the stream. We can't always get everybody, but we will try and get through as many songs as possible in the next couple of hours. So just make sure you submit using that form. Nero is where we take all of our submissions. That's where we'll be pulling songs from for the next couple of hours. So just make sure you're submitting in the right place. Otherwise, we won't be able to get to your song, all right? We're going to give the community a couple minutes to get in here as well. So stick around, but make sure you submit your music in the meantime while we're waiting for some more of our friends to come in and hang out with us, okay? Shinobi, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Happy Thursday. Hope you've had a good week so far. Let us know what you've been up to in the chat. As always, if you want to submit your music, !submit. Oh, ! Skip will tell you how, and thank you. No, you can't do a 2-in-1, but if you submit one and then submit another, we'll do free skips throughout. So if we get to you in the free skip section, we'll do it there and we'll do the second one. But if you want to do a second skip, you can as well. Shinobi, thank you so much, man. I'm super hype about it. We've been working on this for a while, and they have actually been our silent partners for the last couple of years through Genius Distro anyway, which is cool. But, you know, it is nice to officially announce it and be able to tell everybody all the cool things we've been working on behind the scenes. Yeah, super exciting. Here, let's turn the camera on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Welcome back if you're in the chat. So, Chris, what's going on? Welcome in. I see AMG Walla. AM Guala, Showtime, Femi. What's going on? If you guys are in the chat, let us know what you've been working on this week. We got a nice little queue that's starting already. So again, if you want to submit your music, all you got to do is hit ! Submit. !Skip if you want to learn how to skip the queue. If you're on YouTube as well, just know I'm not really checking the chat over there as much. It's a little bit harder for me to hop back and forth right now. So if you are on YouTube, yes, if you submit it through the IG story, that is fine. You can also hit !Submit or ! Skip as well. What does it mean for artists who are part of Two Lost like yourself? Really nothing yet. So there's not really a pipeline for us to take stuff that's in Two Lost and bring it into Twitch as of right now, right? So that's not really what we're doing, but Two Lost is our distribution partner. So all that means really is like when we're signing stuff to Genius Distro, we are going to be putting it through Two Lost. Two Lost will kind of be the pipes. And then between the both of us, they'll kind of support us on the pitching side, on the marketing side as well, but I'm still doing a lot of that pitching myself. So it's really just a partnership and a collaboration with us using all of their tools to make sure we're delivering great music. And then, you know, the rest of it is really still on us as an individual team. We're kind of like a sub-label using Two Lost Pipes as a way to get the music out, but a lot of the work is still being done on our side, right? So it's really just more of a strategic partnership in that sense than it is like, all right, if you're on Two Lost, that doesn't necessarily mean automatic pipeline to Genius. Similarly, if you're on Genius, it doesn't automatically mean that Two Lost is going to be prioritizing or working on things. that is our job to tell that story and build that data and get to a point where Two Lost can do their thing and support us, right? So it really is, it's an ecosystem. It's the same with any label to distribute a partnership. Although there is some prioritization that will happen there, it's still up to us as A&Rs and as a label team to make sure that we're telling the story, to make sure that they have the tools they need, right? So they have their own roster, obviously, of artists and priorities that they're working on, but partnering together and coming together to kind of bring the best of both worlds to the artists we collaborate with and work with is the name of the game. So thank you. And bro, thank you so much, Shinobi. It has been a really amazing journey over the last couple of years. I actually just celebrated my 8-year anniversary at Genius today as well, which is kind of a crazy thing to think about, that I've been working on the Genius side of things now for really since 2017, you know what I mean? So to go from being more on the content side to now shifting into distribution, also working on the World Store distro side of things now, which is a new thing that's kind of coming underneath my purview as well. I'll be actually working on helping get some artists signed to World Store distro and pushing things through their platform as well, which is a different distribution partner. But yes, yeah, if it's Nero, that is the right submission form. This is where we take all of our submissions. I'm going to explain who I am, what I do, what the point of this is. If you're with us on Instagram, we're live on Twitch right now and on YouTube as well. You can come watch on either if you want to. There's no ads on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you might get ads every now and then, but you can get rid of those ads if you want by subscribing or gifting, well, if by subscribing to the community here on Twitch. But that's up to you. Don't feel like you have to do that by any means. So let's give the community members just a couple more minutes to get in here. I know we got some of you guys in here already, but you know, it's South by, so I'm also expecting a lot of people to not be here today. So this might be a great day for you if you are trying to get music played and you haven't been played yet, or if you are trying to get bumped into that priority queue and haven't had a chance to in the past couple of streams. This is a great stream to do it. Usually on a day where it's a little bit slower, a little bit quieter, we get through more songs, which is great. Yes, AMG Guala, I did. It will tell you if you're in the queue or if you're in the paid skip. I see we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right now. So if you want to guarantee a song is played on stream, I do always say the best thing you can do is join the paid skip queue. Just because as the stream goes on, as more people come in, as more of our community members kind of find their way in, the queue can get longer. So although it's shorter right now, just know as the stream continues to go, there is a chance songs will get pushed further down. There is a chance you will get further down in the thing too. Totally up to you though. I'm not here to just tell you guys to spend money. If you want to, you can. Every 5 paid skips, we will do a random skip with the rest of the submissions from the form using this spinning wheel right here. So just know that that's going to be a little fun thing we do every 5 songs. And the last 30 minutes of the stream are usually just meant for people who are in the chat hanging out with us. So there is options, you know what I mean? We've got a $10 super skip if you want to go right to the top of the queue, $5 paid skip if you want to get into the guaranteed play queue for the stream. But like I said, throughout the stream we'll do free skips, and that last 30 minutes of the stream is always, we try to at least dedicate that to the people who are in the chat just hanging out with us. So what do we do here? Who am I? What's the point of this shit? My name's Kayvan, for everybody who doesn't know, anyone who's new in here right now. And I might have to do this again when we get some more of our community members in here in a little bit. Let me just ping the Discord again. So, for everybody who's in here right now, you know, my name's Kayvan. I'm the Director of Music Distribution at Genius and at World Store Distro. So I work on 2 different distro companies. But at Genius, we've been working with artists for the last couple of years, signing artists, using the platform as a way to help promote artists and market artists, as well as doing DSP pitching, curator pitching, social strategy, like a whole bunch of different things. We really try to take the label services part of things and actually bring them to life, which I know some distributors will say they'll do, but don't really do. So that's what I do on my day job. I've signed about 7 artists from this community to Genius Distro so far, including artists like Masho from Raleigh, North Carolina, Serena from the DMV, Anton Now from Florida, who we have a new song dropping with tomorrow, Shloop from Louisville, Kentucky. It was somebody that I kind of met in my own life out in the wild as well, but also somebody who kind of came back on my radar through the stream. CCBKE, who was someone I found here on Twitch. Leia the Leo, who I found here on Twitch in the early days. My Name Isn't J-Mac, who was our very first signing to Genius Distro and one of the first artists that I signed from this community as well. And then Bray, who was another artist that we signed, who's now currently a part of Illusion Hills, who we also love in here. So, look, this has turned into a talent incubator for me, but really the core of what we do here is music feedback. We'll be listening to artist music. We'll be telling you what we think. I say we because it's not just about my opinion, but if you are in the chat with us and you're listening to these songs, if you have constructive feedback, please share it with us in the chat. The only rule that I have, and I will enforce this rule to the death of me, all right? Just don't be an asshole. Like, please be respectful of each other. Everyone in here is doing something really difficult in being a creative and making music and putting music out. It is a difficult thing to do. So we can at least give each other the mutual respect of saying, hey, you've tried, you put the effort in, and for that, we'll give you enough respect to treat you with respect, okay? So that's really it. That's the only rule. Like I said, all submissions need to go through Nero. So if you hit !submit, that's going to bring up the submission form for you. It's also going to tell you where you're at in the queue. If you want to guarantee a song gets played on stream today, the best thing you can do is join the paid skip queue, which is $5. We run through Nero now because the subscriptions on Twitch just got too expensive, and I didn't like it. I didn't want to charge you guys $12 to do a submission or do a paid skip, so now it's $5. What else can I do? It's cheaper. You guys asked for the paid skip. It's there. There's a super skip of $10 if you want to get straight to the top of the queue. That will bump you to the top. Right now, there's only one song in the super skip queue. So if you want to do that, if it's like an absolute must for you, feel free to do it. But like I said, every 5 paid skips will bump somebody up at random using our wheel of names. And the last 30 minutes or however long we have of the stream once we get through the paid skips will be dedicated to the people who are in the chat taking part and hanging out, having fun with us. If you haven't followed us on Kayvan's house yet, that's the last thing I'm going to plug before we get started. Go follow us on Kayvan's house. This is my Instagram page, really made just to support stuff that's here in the community and also stuff that we find out in the wild, you know what I mean? Just to kind of keep connecting to different artists. And we have all kinds of content on here that we're posting at the moment. Songs that we find here on stream. I post this every single week. It's just a recap of my favorite songs that we find every week on Mondays and Thursdays. Songs from the comments. I just posted a new video of this actually, which I haven't pinned yet. If you want to submit for playlists and content, this is another free way to do it. All you have to do is leave me a comment with the artist name and song title, and that is it. Literally, it's so easy. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. We've got a new series that we just launched where I'm just asking this question to artists who are a little bit more established, and it's just a piece of advice they would give to another rising artist. So there's lots of things you can learn on our platform. We've got New Music Friday playlist, which drops every single Friday and Saturday. We drop this little update as well, so you can submit for that by hitting the release calendar. That's also a free opportunity for you guys. A lot of my submissions are free. I don't like to charge for submissions, and that's just what it is. We have our community playlist, which is currently open right now in the Discord. If you want to go submit for that, just make sure you use that. Also, will I accept Pete's coffee in lieu of payment? From you, Check the Rhyme, you have so many free skips just lined up from the year. You don't have to give me a thing. You just have to tell me if you've got a song for me, and you already know I'm going to put it in that queue for you. What else? We've got our At Home With interview series, which we'll have another one of those dropping next Wednesday, and then we'll continue to keep dropping them as well. We also have our Discover Monthly playlist, which is an algorithmic playlist with a little bit of curation added on top as well. And yeah, look, like we're doing interviews with artists. We're trying to find ways to support you guys and really just make content about independent and emerging artists. And again, I do not charge for any of those opportunities. That is purely just for the love of the music and making sure that we're supporting and empowering and lifting up independent and emerging talent, which is literally what my whole career has been built off of. So as long as I can keep it going, that's what this is going to be the home for, is the Kayvan's House page on Instagram. So make sure you go follow if you haven't. Make sure you join the Discord if you haven't as well. Aiden, you don't need to thank me at all, bro. That song was beautiful. I was happy to add it. Okay? All right, we're going to get started. This is the playlist I'll be adding stuff to, the songs we found on live stream playlist. If you want to go follow all of my playlists, you can find those in my link tree. I've got like so fucking many, honestly. It's maybe stupid how many playlists I have. But you know what? I like music and I like making playlists. So here's you can just see these are all the ones that I'm actively working on and or exist in the world as public playlists. And I'm always making more. So just know, send me music. I will find a playlist for the music if I fuck with it, all right? All right, let's get started. I don't want to waste any time. People will get in here as they get in here. Last thing though, if you do want to submit, just make sure you hit !submit. If you want to skip the queue, !skip will explain how. There's a paid skip queue, there's a submission form. All you got to do is fill those things out. We are going to get started. Let's get into this music. Like I said, let us know what you think in the chat as we're listening to the songs. If you like what you hear, I'll be pulling up socials as we go. Go follow the artist as well. That's all I can ask of you. It's easy. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy. If you fuck with the artist, go follow them and go support. You guys are all in the same boat. If you hear a producer you like, hit them up for a beat. Try and collaborate. If you hear an artist you want to work with, hit them up. Collaborate with them. Community collaboration is one of my favorite things that we get to hear in the stream. And actually, the cool thing is tomorrow, I have a community collaboration coming out through Genius, which is super exciting for me. Anto Now, who's an artist that I signed from here in the chat, 16-year-old rapper from Florida, teamed up with Elijah, who's also an R&B artist that I love from the community as well. Real rap is going on. So I'm gonna play this song for you guys right now. This is the song we have dropping tomorrow through Genius Distro. It's called Fire. Self-produced by this 16-year-old kid, Anto Now. And I'm gonna pull up both the socials for you guys as well. Keep an eye open for this one, man. Anto Now on Instagram. And Elijah.
Say that there midnight
We'll get into your music right after this. ELXJH. Unbelievable artist also. And I love this one. This one's been stuck in my fucking head all week. Real Rap, what's good? If you're with us on Instagram, we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Come hang out. Real Rap, if you want to submit some music, just make sure you hit this link in the chat for Nero. That's where we take all our submissions at. What have you guys been up to today? How's your week been? What are you excited about this week? I know Cardi's dropping tomorrow, so I'm sure there's some of you who are hyped about that. This one has truly been on repeat. Not just because I'm doing pitches, but it's been on repeat. And as always, let us know what you think in the chat. I'd love to know what you guys think of this song. If you're a fan of Smino, a fan of Saba, this is like right in the pocket for you, you know what I'm saying? AM Gauss, this sounds good. I agree. AJ Gravity says this is beautiful. Real Rap, perfect. Alex Norman, welcome to the chat. Let us know what you've been working on this week. I have been busy as fuck today. My brain is mush, but we're gonna get through this 2-hour stream. I can show you. Elijah is a genius, man. I'm a really big fan of his work. I'm gonna show you guys what my day has looked like today. This has been my day today, and I didn't even get all of it done. Rich Dropkick, welcome to the crib. We're listening to this new Anto Now song that's dropping tomorrow with Genius Distro right now. Let's get a quick shout out for Rich Dropkick though. Bro, work has been kicking my ass. Shout out to Rich. He's another music streamer I love on this platform. Produces music, does music feedback, has just a great community and a good vibe. If you get a chance, go check him out as well. But thank you for the raid, my bro. We're about to get started with this music feedback right now. I'm gonna shine like the sun. I know you want fun. What's my accent? So I grew up in the UK. I moved from the UK to North Carolina to Tennessee. I bounced around a little bit. Hey man, likewise. I fuck with Rich, so if Rich fucks with you, I fuck with you too. Guys, if you want to submit, it's free to submit your music. Yeah, bro, this one drops tomorrow. 16 years old, man. It doesn't make sense. I've been making music since I was like 14. And this kid's just got it. I've been singing this shit nonstop. I was a judge on one of Mo's track battles. I was the one who had to leave early like an asshole. But I was late for some family shit. He told me it would only be 2 hours. He lied to me. But welcome in. You found your way to my crib. Welcome to my house. If you want to submit, it's free to submit your music. We'll be doing music feedback for the next 2 hours. We do have a paid skip queue if you want to do it. It's $5. We have a super skip queue for $10 if you want to do that too. But every 5 paid skips, we'll do a random free bump up using the submissions from the submission form. And then the last 30 minutes of the stream, we try and dedicate that time to people who are in the chat hanging out with us. So there's options, but if you do want to do a paid skip, that's the best way to guarantee a song will get played on the stream. We don't do sub to skip anymore because Twitch increased the price and I fucking hate that shit. So we moved over to Nero so I could bring the price back down. So the paid skip is now only $5 instead of being the $12.99 that Twitch made subscriptions, which is whack as fuck. Anto Now on Instagram. Make sure you go follow him if you like that song. It drops tomorrow. I will be bugging the fuck out of everyone about it in the morning. If you're a curator in my chat, you already know you got the link. I sent you the link. The last hour of my life has been sending 100 DMs. So, you know, it's like that sometimes. All right, let's get into it. We got Last Supper by Blake Foster up first. Like I said, if you're in the chat, let us know what you think of the songs. The only rule is being respectful of each other. I will not stand for disrespect, all right? It's just not what we do in here. It is what it is, all right? Twitch thought they were selling eggs and jacked up the price, yeah. And you know what I can live without? I can live without eggs. So, Blake Foster, Last Supper. Hey man, Edge solo, I'll still give you the thing if you'd rather do it that way. Just let me know what the artist name is. Really cool video already from Blake Foster. A little bit quiet. That's probably the only thing I could say right now. I actually really like the song a lot. Oh, Cultivision did the video. Shout out to Cultivision, who's probably one of my favorite music video directors of the last couple of years. And this is why. Super creative video director. Oh, I love the color grading on this. Let us know what you think in the chat, man. The colors are so vibrant. The set choices are amazing. And it's these little details as well. Yeah, you can send the freestyle for sure, bro. Whatever you... Can I freestyle? Not well. It's been a long time. If you want me to freestyle, it's going to be, like, not actual words. It is like a Johnny Yukon song. I like this. Cool song, but I do think the visual ties it all together and brings it to life, you know? And that's the good thing about a good visual. There's so many amazing details in this video, guys. The way that light came in, the slow zoom from the outside in. Like, this spotlight shot is awesome. It's only a matter of time until Cultivision is doing Tyler the Creator videos. And I'm just going to say that now. Mark my words. Cultivision is going to end up doing videos for artists like Tyler the Creator. Because he has that vision. He has that eye for color. He has that eye for detail. I'm dead, bro. Are you from the UK, Edge Solo? If you guys are in the chat, let us know where you're from. Yeah, Words is definitely one. War is another one. Bruh. What is this shot? Incredible. Oh. Do I think music videos are still worth it? Yes and no, right? So and just for everybody who's in the chat, my day job is director of music distribution at Genius and WorldStar. So I work in music distribution as my job, right? I also manage artists. I've been doing that for like 10 years. I've been an artist myself. I produce music myself. So there's a lot of different things that I do, but I think about strategy a lot. I think about releasing music a lot. So if you have any music industry questions, feel free to ask. I've been working in media for the last like 10 years as well. So you can always ask questions if you want about the music industry. I'm going to answer this one before we get into the next song. Do I think music videos are still worth it? So for a couple reasons, yes. The thing that I would say is if you are going to spend money to make a music video, maybe don't spend more on the music video than you have budget to spend on marketing the video as well. And the reason that I say that is you're going to spend like, you know, in some cases $2,500 to $3,000 to $5,000 on a music video. And if you can't run an ad campaign on it, then people aren't really going to see it the same way, right? So that's the only thing I would say. I do think they're really important, though I do think you can shoot really good micro music videos and visual content pieces to run on social, which is really going to be the predominant place where people are going to see these things. And it's great content to have for multiple reasons. If you have a curator who wants to cover you who's looking for video content, they can use that video content. If you have like a platform that's trying to post roundups and stuff like that, it's great to have. If you want to run ads on social to kind of increase your social following, it's good to run ads on that kind of stuff too. So I think it's worth it in a sense. At the same time, if you don't have the bread to shoot like a super high quality music video, shoot what you can. Make content that's like engaging and gets people involved. And regardless of whether it's like a 4K music video or not, as long as it's good, engaging content, then yes. UK editors are going really crazy right now too. As good as the video is, I don't think it brings the experience of the track to the next level. I don't know that I would agree with that in this sense. And that's only for me because I do think it kind of ties it together in a way that shows the personality of the artist, which I did really like about this one. I am going to save this song in the playlist too. But yeah, really, really cool shots in this. And again, like Cultivision is somebody who I'm already a fan of. Scream Blake Foster on Instagram if you want to go follow the artist. Really, really cool. I did enjoy that. And then let's pull up the Cultivision one as well, because I want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to go follow Cultivision, because I fucking love his work. And he knows this about me as well. I'm just a big fan of Cultivision. Blake Foster, where are you at? That was called Last Supper. We're gonna save that in the playlist, and then we're gonna pull up Cultivision, and then we'll get into the next song. At Cultivision on Instagram. Like, seriously, this dude has just got such a great eye. He did some stuff for May Simone's, who I also love too. This artist is so sick also. If you guys haven't listened to May Simone's, you have to. It's like super technical jazz pop. If you like Lave, you might like her as well. Just super, super fire. More short-form content, less full-length visuals. Listeners are usually only watching 10 to 10 seconds. Yes, so I do agree with what Check the Rhyme is saying also. And the other thing I will say is I think Win, who's one of our distro artists, a genius, she does a really great job of this specifically with a video team, right? They film everything so that the middle third in every single video has like a lot of really, really engaging moments and scenes throughout the video. So as you're watching a video, you're going to get all these different, like, really cool, engaging moments that you can clip for socials as well. So I think in the sense of making a music video, if you can then flip that into social content, great. That's kind of what you need to be doing. But I think a good example would probably be... Where is this video? Hot Friend is a good example here.
He a schmuck, ay, you don't have a chance if I'm keeping
So, like, you notice how everything was going to happen in that middle third, right?
He was giving me the stamp.
But there's going to be, like, all these moments that you can clip. Different scenes, different types of shots. And that's something I think they do really well.
This is when I'm like, bro, this is not a brand. Yeah, we used to fuck, but now I'm higher in demand.
And if you guys are subscribing, I'll give you the paid skip. Just let me know what your artist name is. So Edge Solo, specifically in Husky. Just because we're transitioning to doing everything in Nero, which is a little bit easier. But yeah, go follow Win too. We got an album coming out this year that I'm excited about. That's gonna be very good. All right, let's move on to the next one. Tell you straight, Alex Norman Speed Garage Tool. I love a little garage. I love a little speed. Not in that sense. You won't catch me doing speed. Oh, this is the Jiggets remix you were telling me about. Panda, I saw you guys in the queue too. Oh, cool. That's a cool flip on that. Husky, I'm not seeing yours in there, bro. Did you put it in under a different name by any chance? You may want to try submitting again in Nero, please. Just in case you're submitting somewhere else. Ah, there it is. There it is. Thank you. I got it. Let us know what you think in the chat. Alex, did you end up linking up with Yuri? So, two things. One, I love Jiggets. One of my favorite electronic producers right now. Hands down. By far. Go listen to his music. This is a remix of one of his songs. Second thing, Alex Norman, very, very good. Kind of rising producer from Vancouver, British Columbia. Super early on, but everything I've listened to so far, woo! Heaters, bro, heaters. That's totally fine. I'm glad you guys are exchanging music. This would really bang so hard in the European club scene. I totally agree with you, AJ. I like this song, house music. I really like this too. I mean, if you come here a lot, you'll find out I have a bit of an affinity for specifically UK garage, drum and bass. Anything that's got this kind of tempo and feeling to it is gonna probably hit for me. But I will say Alex's sound design is one of the things that's really stood out to me. And just the pacing, the arrangement, it's all done really well. And we've heard a couple different types of remixes. We've heard some originals, but I've really enjoyed the stuff that we've heard so far. So make sure you tap in if you like this type of music. Alex and AJ's taking over the world, says just AJ. I like this. It's like a throwback, but all the sound selection, etc. is modern. Yes. I'm going to quickly show you guys the original version too, just so you have an idea of who Jiggets is, because he's just a homie. Like, I just really fuck with this dude. And this video is so crazy. So this is Jiggets' original version of the song, and I might get DMCA'd for this, but fuck it. I'm a big Jiggets fan, so I'll take the L if I have to. How crazy is this fucking video, bro? And so the vocal sample on this song is actually another community members of ours as well. Solomon Hedden is the vocal sample, who is an artist that I put on a show here in New York after hearing him and finding him from the community. Yeah, I fuck with Jiggets so heavy, bro. Like, this is another one of my favorite electronic producers right now, by far. Just good vibes, good dude, makes great music. So definitely go check out Jiggets if you haven't. He's doing a lot of shows all over the place right now. So if you get a chance to go check one out, make sure you go check one out. AlexNorman.music on Instagram. We got Pana Finesse up next with Stampede Demo. Rough demo, the layouts that I need to finish the verse, 5 to the beat, and read the lyrics. I don't have the lyrics, so I can't read them. But let us know what you think in the chat. Pana Finesse, somebody I included in our songs we found in the comments content today. So I've recently found and enjoyed this artist. I think one of the things that stood out for me immediately with Pana was his voice. It's a good vocal tone. It's good melodic choices. I'd be lying if I said this type of music is a guilty pleasure of mine as well. I love some trap music. I always have. I always will. I mean, for a demo, this one's already sounding pretty good. Mix-wise, the vocal sits in a really nice place. Okay, still some missing pieces in the song. I think you just need a little baby feature in there. Hey man, I'm telling you. Real Rap said this is the kind of song you can chill out with your girl and smoke a blunt. He's not wrong. I told you guys you send me beats, you'll get a hum. You'll get a hum, you'll get a nonsense freestyle, but you might not get lyrics. Now this is pretty solid, bro. I would say the one thing that, I mean, outside of the missing pieces of the song, ad-libs, vocal layers. I think those are the two things that can really help an artist in this space kind of stand out, because there's not really that much attention to detail, I think, for the most part with artists in this space. And so you can already elevate and kind of set yourself apart by taking a chance to really focus in on some of those details and build out the vocal in a way that most other artists in this space aren't. Ad-libs is kind of a no-brainer, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to hear hum style. Hey man, don't hate the player. It is what it is. This is what you get. I can pen, I can write, but I'm not like a freestyle guy anymore. I used to have to do it when I was a rapper years ago. And I'll play you a song if you want to hear a song of mine, but I'm not gonna just like fucking, I don't have bars in my head like that. My brain is mush today. 3005 BMBY up next by Bambi. Put a lot of effort into this one. I hope you enjoy. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're gonna keep things moving. We are gonna have a free skip coming up in a couple songs, so make sure you guys stick around and submit if you have not already.
Bambi.
I love the glow on this. Bambi's from Sweden, or you're from Sweden, AJ? Oh shit, the 3005 sample. I was not expecting that. Hey man, you will ignite a war if you say that you're the best rapper tuned into this stream right now, because there's hella good rappers in this community, I'm not gonna lie. Me included, bro. This is from Sweden, bruh. I like this. So I like this for a couple different reasons. One, you're from Sweden, so I already know English isn't your first language. The Powder Puff text did sell me a little bit too. Two, it's just got that vibe. The video is a really solid video. I love this type of music in general. It is a great use of the sample. I love the flip on 3005 by Childish Gambino. So cool you're from Sweden. There's a couple Swedish artists who I love. Cherry is one of them. She's amazing. Young Lean, obviously. Ed Solo, we're gonna find out, bro. We're gonna find out. Yeah, 4K Bambi's about to WWW Swedish representation right now, for sure. But yeah, bro, I fuck with that. I fuck with that heavy. We're gonna go follow you right now. 4K BMBY on Instagram. I already follow you, so I've already heard your music, and I already fucked with it, which is great. Would you recommend doing a skit of fake Genius for marketing? Can they ruin it doesn't ruin your image, but I'll be honest, like, as somebody who works at Genius, I don't really like it that much. Every time someone sends me one, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but it's just like a billion fucking people have done that. And like, I think at the end of the day, it's just like the amount of time and effort we've put into like actually, like, I do the interviews. So like for me, it's like the amount of time and effort we put into making like really great content, and then to have somebody kind of like do like a not quite as good version, because the interviews are never quite the same thing. Like, we really care about the interviewing part of it, right? Like, it's really, really about like how the conversation develops and like the person actually asking you the questions. So it's not that it's a bad thing. I think just for us on our side, I see that stuff and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. But like at the same time, like, you could just do a video of you breaking down what the lyrics are about and talking about the story. And quite honestly, it's going to come across as more genuine and more authentic and maybe more endearing if you just do it from like a real perspective of like who you are and what you care about. So that's like the only thing that I would say is like, yeah, it's not a bad thing. And like, it's a creative way to do something that a lot of people want to do. But at the same time, I just think there's other ways to do it that maybe are a little bit more engaging and interesting, especially now that it's something that so many people have done. I think maybe the first time we ever saw someone do it, it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? But like, now that it's been done probably like 100 times, if I'm being real, like, it just doesn't really have the same effect. But like, you know, it's up to, look, I'm not going to tell you what to do creatively. Like, as an artist, just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, if it feels like a thing that you want to do and it feels like it makes sense, do it. But at the same time, like, it's not necessarily going to do all that much, I think, in today's kind of space. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? All right, first free skip of the night. Who's it gonna be? Justin Bieber on the Cardi album coming tonight. Is he though? Are we just going off the leaks here, or is that confirmed? Maceo May is up next. We're gonna put you right to the top, Maceo Mays. I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but we're gonna listen to it. You're in Australia. I kind of had a feeling you were in Australia when I saw that Mabel followed you, because Bella is someone that I know as well, just from Digitalog stuff. So I kind of had a guess. But we have a really strong Australian community in this community as well. Oshua is someone who's in here a lot, who I really, really fuck with heavily. And we've got like a nice little pocket of artists all over the world, but the Australian community is like really strong. We have a couple Kiwi artists as well from New Zealand who I think are just incredible. So it's cool. I got a lot of respect for artists in Australia and New Zealand because you guys make just really cool music overall. Yeah, Oshua is super fire. Cardi just posted an IG story and FaceTime with him. Okay, so then it's confirmed. Maceo Mays, this is the leading single for my collab album called See You in Boston with Boston hip-hop legend Edo G. He produced this record and the whole album. All right. Let us know what you think in the chat. San Persona, Sun Person. Welcome in, my dude. Yeah, that's the tough part about hip-hop in Australia, for sure. The Australian drill scene's really good. What are they called? 4-5? Is that what they were called? There's that drill group that I fucking love, bro. That's sick.
I said, here come the real ones, banging in your eardrums like speakers.
1-4, that's it. 4-5, I think, is a US-based drill collective. Not those island boys, bro. Yeah, 1-4, that's sick. Drill's kind of dead everywhere, if I'm being, like, in all honesty. Like, I feel drill is kind of like on its way out. In the communities where drill has been a thing forever, it's still there, but like overall general market, like it's not doing the same things it was doing before. Ryan Cole, what's up? Yeah, Maceo Mays is actually spitting. Good voice, good flow, good delivery. I will say, and this is maybe more of a personal thing, the boom bap production stuff doesn't really do it for me the same way anymore because it just feels a little played out. Which I already know some people will not like that take at all. At the same time, I just think it's hard to stand out in this now because it's just not really what people are listening to as much. Like, even if you think about the underground scene, right, that's more sample heavy, more soul sample heavy, it's a very niche community. So that's the only thing I would say. Good voice, good flow. Definitely feels like a throwback for sure. Yeah, it's hard to make boom bap beats that don't sound outdated. That's the biggest thing. And this was done by a Boston legend, like in the hip hop and the boom bap space. So there's nothing wrong with that. And the other thing I will say too is like, all right, like this is a good rap song. One of the things that I will say about hip hop in general right now is that I feel like the hip hop specifically that's over beats like this that really like speaks to me a little bit more is not the stuff that's like, oh, I'm so good at this type songs, you know what I mean? But it's the ones that do kind of do have a little bit more context, maybe a little bit more of a message to them and in them. And even historically, I think those are probably the ones that speak to me the most too. Children Trap, what's up? But look, I don't have many complaints about this song. It's more likely... Yeah, the individual artists like Alchemist have been killing hip-hop sample-driven stuff. I agree. Same thing with Overcast. But I think there's and this is why the thing for me with Overcast, like he's an artist I've always been a fan of. And the reason that I was a fan of his as well is really just the fact that he's kind of taken that like old school sound and feeling and made it feel more current, right? So it's like, it's not that it's just like one of these things that just like, okay, so this guy's Instagram is not there anymore either, which kind of blows, but... Pana, that's fine. I'll still listen to the song. Don't even worry about it. And all the VOD will be on YouTube too. Yeah, nothing wrong with this track at all. Beats clean, bars are good, delivery's good, but I wouldn't play it in the Whips as Edge solo. It's more so that it's just not the catchiest song, right? Like there's not, and I think this is the challenge, right? Just generally, if you're making like really, really lyric heavy boom bappy music, it can't just be a freestyle, right? Like you got to have some sort of hooky moment. Even if you think of like some of your favorite fucking like boom bap era, like golden era hip hop songs, the hook is a big part of it, right? So you got to have a hook. You got to have a reason why people give a fuck and why they come back. And I think for me, the only reason that I wouldn't playlist that song is because it didn't have that moment for me that really just had me being like, damn, this shit was fire. And that could be punchlines, that could be whatever it is, but I feel like it was still just lacking something. That being said, great voice, good flow, literally nothing wrong with that at all. If I gift, that can count as a super skip for some reason. Yeah, if you want. I'm Russian net spend. Okay, send it in. I want to hear some Russian net spend. I'm not mad at that. Crystalline, GIE up next. We got another 5 priority skips before we get another free one. Let's see what this one's about. And as always, let us know what you think in the chat, guys. I want to know what you guys think of these songs. Vocals and dexterity delivery needed to stand out in today's world. Festivo for in the boom bap space. I would agree. Make sure you submit a Nero if you're going to be submitting music. This is GIE with Crystalline. Crystalline? Edge solo, I believe you are. Yeah, you are. Husky, I'll put you to the top for that, okay? This is super interesting. And I liked New Highs by GIE as well already. It's kind of got like a little Tommy Richmond-esque feeling to it in the vocal. I do wish the production was maybe a touch louder on this one than it is. I'm going to save this though, because it's just unique. I don't know that I've really heard too much else like this. And that's always going to make things stand out to me, right? Like this uniqueness, this kind of like different approach to making the music is always going to be something I'm going to listen to and come back to. Children Trap, if you want to submit your music, just make sure you use this link. I'm not going to go look for it on the SoundCloud. We have a process in here so that I can get through as many songs as possible, okay? So just make sure you use Nero. It's free to submit. There is a paid skip queue if you want to do that too, but you don't have to do it. The one thing I will say about this song, especially the further in that we get, I wish there was maybe a little bit more structure to the actual songwriting and the arrangement at times. That being said, again, I like that it's out of the box. I like that it's a little different. I like that it doesn't really sound like too much else that I've heard. But if I was like being super duper picky, the one thing that I would maybe say is just, yeah, like I wish there was just ever so slightly a little bit more structure to it, and that the production was a little bit louder overall. Really, really cool idea though. And look, for an artist who does seem still pretty early on, like we're talking what, like 2 EPs total, and really just only releasing consistently since maybe mid 2022. This was the song that I really liked, and it is a bit louder, so that makes sense, right? This one was a standout for me when we heard it for the first time too. So I will say I'm interested by this artist. I definitely want to hear more. I think it's a good start, but yeah, the things I would focus on, make sure that that mix master is robust enough, and just keep working on that aspect of it. 333.GIE on Instagram, though. Make sure you go follow. That was great. We've got Waiting for Sunshine by Husky and a Forest up next. This is Work in Progress, made for a beat battle. Really happy with what I had so far. Let us know what you think in the chat. Ridiculous artwork. Absolutely ridiculous artwork already. Ryan Cole says, weird synth with windy hip-hop trap blown out instrumental. It feels like this is what found footage sounds like. That's a fair comment, I think. I like every element of this, but the one element that catches my ear in kind of a weird way is this like crispy synth. You know, that's this like little crunchy synth that's in the background. That's probably the one thing where I hear a little dissonance between the key of the guitar and some of those other melodic elements and that one element. So I would just maybe dial back in on that specific element a little bit more. It needs a little bit more work to get it to fit in properly, I think, with the rest of the production. But I really like all the other elements in the production. I think it's just that one that catches my ear in a bit of a funny way. I will say I like the processing on it as far as like the gating. Like this seems like there's like a rhythmic gate on it. I like that part of it. I think it's more the actual texture and sound itself that needs a little bit more massaging to fit in there. But honestly, great start. You made it for a beat battle. I love to hear that. That means you putting the work in on the production side in the first place. And like, I don't know, producing to me is like, it's so much practice. And I'm just going to show you a beat that I made purely so that you can understand that I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm not telling you this from a place of like not making music and not producing beats. I make beats all the time as much as I can. This is something I made like literally a week ago, but arrangement, sound choice, to me, because I'm a classical violinist as well, so to me, making sure all of the melodic elements and the key all fits together is like a really, really big part. So when I hear that dissonance and when I catch something that feels like it's not quite in key, that's always going to catch my ear personally, right? So just something to think about, but this is something I made like a couple weeks ago. So I'll be doing this shit. Overall, though, great job and keep it up. That's the one thing I will say. Those synths need a little bit of work, and that's the thing that's going to bother my ear for the rest of the day. Switch up. Roland Joseph up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. And you got to be able to listen to your shit critically as well. Like, I'm like that with all my stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the whole point of producing. I listen to my shit critically all the time, and I'm constantly thinking about how I can make it better. Roland Joseph, switch up. Let us know what you think in the chat. That makes sense. I mean, if you gotta auto key something to find out what key it's in, you should do that too. Even if you bounce it and run it through TuneBat, sometimes I'll do that. If you haven't used TuneBat, this is a great way to find the key and BPM of a sample or of the beat that you're working on. You can just quite literally upload a file and it'll spit it out and tell you. Like, look. Ah, sorry. So I actually really like this one already from Roland. Mix needs a little bit of work. The songwriting is really solid. But yeah, look, boom. E flat minor, 110 BPM. I did already know that, but if you need help with finding keys, this is the thing to do. Put it in TuneBat, it'll spit out the key and the tempo for you. Yeah, songwriting on this is good. Mix is the thing that needs a little bit of work for me on this one.
Don't really know what we should do.
Especially, so the sub is really heavy, the production is really heavy, the vocal and the body of the vocal feels a little thin. So I'd widen up the EQ on the vocal just a little bit more, just to kind of bring a little bit more body to it. Daddy, you in Hong Kong or are you on the plane? Did you make it there? Are you safe? And then there's maybe just a little too much space around the vocal too. I think the chord progression was off from the sample because I did it in E major, so that might be it too. This definitely has this is an R&B song. I do think that the first half of the song was maybe a little bit stronger on the writing. The second half of the song, hook is really solid, so that's a great start. Verses could use a little bit of work, but to me the biggest thing here is probably the actual vocal mix and it feeling kind of squashed, especially within the rest of the production. Learning how to find the key on piano. Yeah, it's all about scales, guys. Like, that's one of the things that I will say about music theory. It's really just about the scales you're playing in. And if you can figure out what the scale is, it's pretty easy to figure out what the key is just based on the scale that you're playing in. So learning scales is definitely not a bad way to go about learning music theory. It also helps you figure out how to structure chord progressions and things like that as well. Because once you learn the notes that are inside of a scale, that's the key. And you can just build backwards from that. Solid effort, I would say, overall from Roland there, but biggest thing is going to be the mix on the vocal for me. Filling up some of that space around the vocal where it's a little empty as well will definitely help. Songwriting-wise, pretty solid, but I do think that second verse into the end of the song needed a little bit more work. Really solid start, really solid hook, but some of the things to work on I think would be verse writing and then also just the vocal mix to make sure that it feels like it sits in the mix properly, okay? Panna, for me, up next. This is the second one from Panna tonight, so let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, Ableton helps. Also, I got a Rolly, and I get a Rolly, and that's been helping me with chord progressions too. Crazy beat choice from Panna already on this one. Let's go make sure we follow Panna Finesse at Panna Finesse on Instagram. I don't know if rhythmically I love the delivery on the vocal on this one quite as much as the other one. And I'll just say that off rip. Yo, what up, bro? We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Come hang out so you can hear the music better. Gotta cook rice. I love that. I'm a big rice cooker myself. Loser baby, what's up? Again, guys, if you want to guarantee a song gets played on stream today, best thing you can do is do a paid skip. It's $5. You can do a super skip if you want to for 10. I like to keep it quiet, everything on the low. I never go to Brian Cole says, I really want to hear this over a reggaeton beat, but that's just me. No, I think that's the thing for me is like, I don't know if I love this rhythmic flow over this type of production, personally. Felt like the vocal performance at the start stalled the momentum intro built up. I would agree with that too. I think generally, and this is maybe just a me thing, I don't love a slower vocal over a faster type drill beat. I feel like with a drill beat, you kind of have to lean into the drill vibe a little bit more than this one does. Yeah, you can do a super skip on Nero. We don't do the gifting a sub thing anymore. Just some people have done it today because it's easier for them. I prefer it if you do it on Nero. It's actually cheaper if you do it on Nero as well because it's only $10 to do a super skip versus $12 for a subscription on Twitch. So I would prefer it if you do it in Nero. But yeah, if you want to do super skips, $10. If you want to do an individual skip, that is $5. That will guarantee you get played on the stream either way, but the super skip will get you up to the top. A quicker section would break it up, true. Yeah, I think that's the thing, and like it's just a rhythmic thing, and this totally might just be a me preference. And that's the thing, like I'll say this of everything that I say in here, it's just a me thing. Like this is just my opinion, so feel free to take it with a pinch of salt. what I say isn't law by any means. It's just like, I listen to a lot of music. So these are like my personal opinions on how I feel about things and maybe why I wouldn't playlist something or why I would. And more than anything, I'm going to give you an artist DM'd me and told me that he really likes my advice and like didn't necessarily agree, but took it to his collaborators and they talked about it. And that's what this is. Like, this isn't me saying like, hey, if I give you feedback, you have to do this by any means. This is me saying, if I give you feedback, it's something to think about and something to talk to your collaborators about and something to talk to your friends about and maybe just something to think about while you're listening to your own music. I'm really just trying to do this as a way to spark that idea and spark that thought process of like, okay, maybe I'm not hearing this the way that somebody else is hearing this. And maybe this is something that I need to think about and listen for, because you are going to spend so much time with this music. I'm listening to this for fresh ears. Like, I might not know you at all. I might not have ever heard your music before, but I'm just going to give you my opinion based off of the fact that I listen to a lot of music. And if you take it, you take it. If you don't, you don't. And that's fine. Creatively, do what feels right to you. The thing that I would say about that song, for me, again, personally, is that I think with drill music and what makes a really good drill song, sure, if you're going to do slower vocals, if you're a talented vocalist, I think it can work. And I've heard songs where it is a vocalist singing over a drill beat and it sounds really cool. The thing I will say, though, is for the most part, the drill songs that really hit for me personally are the ones that kind of capture that energy of the production. And I do think that's something to think about while you're making music in general, right? Is making sure that the song that you're making and the song you're recording meshes with the production and the style of production that you're making the song over. And that doesn't mean that you have to do things the way that everybody else does things. I do think that you should still think about trying to be out of the box and come in with fresh ideas and maybe put, like, turning a genre on its head is a great thing. You know what I mean? But I don't think it always works, and it's a hard thing to do. So for me on that one, I don't know that the slower vocals really did it for me. Definitely because of the momentum that was built in the production and how that kind of fell off when the vocal came in. I wasn't as mad at it as we got further in, but I do think having that switch up and having that contrast of maybe a faster vocal and a slower vocal would be a good thing. If you need help being that little bit more drilly, hit me up, says Edge Soul. I love that. All right, we got AM Guala up next. I remember really fucking with this artist the last couple of times we listened to him. So let us know what you think in the chat. Scarborough, outside of Toronto or inside of downtown Toronto. California was the song I really liked from AM Guala before. So I like the vocal on this one. The beat's maybe not doing it for me as much. The sub is like a pretty loud sub, if I'm being honest. And there is a little dissonance between the sub and then the melodic elements of the production as well. That's always going to be something that catches my ear in not the best way. Again, maybe just because of the classical aspect of my music background. Love when you get into this melodic part right here. And I do think the idea is cool. Edge Soul says, I'd like to hear some less processed vocals on this. This is the feature. Bro Rap says the song has a lot of autotune in it. I'm not an autotune hater, so I will say, like, I'm not mad so much at the level of autotune or the amount of it. If I play you a song that I've made with autotune, it's going to be absolutely fucking dripping in it. So I definitely can't tell you that it's the autotune that's throwing me off a little bit. I think more than anything, it was the actual production that was throwing me off. I low-key would have liked to hear like a different sub on it. And I think it might be the sub sound, maybe actually the volume of the sub. But there was something about the sub that was throwing me off from the rest of the song and some of the other melodic elements as well. So that's all I'll say about it. But again, AM Guala is somebody that I've enjoyed listening to. California, I think, is probably still my favorite song that I've heard from you. But bro, keep making music, keep sending stuff over. Like, you definitely like are just putting the work in, and I'll say that of every artist in here who's sending music in. If you're putting the work in, you're doing the right things. It's just continuing to make music, experimenting, and finding that right sound. I just don't know if that was the right beat for me personally. Something wrong. Aiden Park up night. Next. This one comes out tonight at midnight. You will have just seen Aiden in our Songs from the Comments playlist and content that dropped today as well on Kayvan's house. I fuck with this artist, man. I have enjoyed his music like more often than not. So let us know what you think in the chat. He's also another, fellow AAPI member, which is nice. Make sure you put this in my release calendar if you haven't, Aiden. Because I'll put this in the playlist tomorrow for sure.
Far too long for you. Another song for you.
Let us know what you think in the chat, as always, guys.
Watch your back when you need it.
And if you want to submit some music, just make sure you use this link in the chat. It's free. Here are the instructions if you want to skip the queue.
I think there's something wrong.
This is a cute little song, as always.
You should kill yourself.
And if I die today, you think that I'll respond?
Malik English just spoke with us heavy. Look, I gotta say, I am a fan of Aiden's music.
I know I think too much.
I hate you.
I wish it all would stop.
Stop.
Get me away
Sun Persona says this is awesome.
fucking hate it.
Aiden, where are you from again, bro? Yeah, definitely Keshi energy. And I love Keshi too. Like, it almost hits that Illusion Hills and kind of like Bray kind of sound as well. And like, I'm obviously a fan of Bray and Illusion Hills too. So it's definitely like in that area of music that I just really enjoy on a personal level. So I think that's been the cool thing. Also, visually, it's been cool kind of like seeing his visual representation kind of grow and develop. He's from near the Boston area as well. So I think this was the first video that we saw that I think really like hit for us all. It was just like, it's just so personal, you know what I mean? It was like one of those things that I saw and I was like, damn, I really feel like I know who this person is based off of this type of video, right? If you want to submit your music, just make sure you use this link in the chat. That's how you submit, okay? I have no problem with listening to music from Russia. You just have to submit the right way and then I'll be able to pull it up, okay? But yeah, this was a beautiful song too, if you haven't listened to this song. This was the first one I think I heard from Aiden that really just sucked me in. And then since then, I've really enjoyed everything else I've listened to. So I definitely suggest going to check him out if you haven't. That one drops tonight at midnight. So make sure you go follow if you're rocking with it. 2 more paid skips left. We're going to do a free spinning wheel one first, and then we'll get into those last 2. Again, if you want to guarantee your song gets played on stream today, best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub. That's not true. Is doing the paid skip on Nero. Sorry, we used to do subscribers. But yeah, if you want to skip the line, paid skips are $5, super skips are $10. It's up to you. Do what you want. But if not, we're going to have a nice little free section today, which we don't always get to. So that'll be nice. Oh, is it going to be Sun Person? Look at that. And he's in the chat. Beautiful. Sun Person. Let's get you bumped to the top, bro. I'm excited to hear some music. So I met this kid, bro, how long was it now? Like, what, 4 years ago? 5 years ago? How old were you? Like 16 or 17 when we met, I think. In Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, he's 16, Nashville, Tennessee. He's out of Memphis. And he just works really hard. Like, I'll say that about this kid. Like, literally, even now, this dude just works so hard. Networking, getting out there, making music. So I haven't heard music from him in a while. But I'm excited to hear something. This is You Know Better. I guess a name change now, going by Wit. So let us know what you think in the chat.
Guess we're doing it seriously, and if we're doing it seriously, I've got to say, you've got to stop smoking.
What have you been up to, bro? Let us know in the chat. What's my ethnicity? I'm half Chinese, I'm half Iranian. So my dad's from Iran, my mom's from Hong Kong. Asian. Yo, what are your socials now, Sun Person? The only thing I'll say about this one is the master's a little quiet. The other thing that I would say, outside of the master being a little quiet, there's some slight timing issues on the delivery, right? So there's moments where it can be just ever so slightly more on beat. Melodically, I like this. Like, tonally with the vocal delivery, I also really like this too. The thing that I would point to the most is maybe just timing, and then also the master on this. Wit Sabin on Instagram. If you're rocking with us, make sure you go follow. You still working with Viraj at all? Oh no. That's who you were working with before, right? It was Viraj who introduced us? So it's mostly on the hook. Where I hear the timing issues is on the boy part.
Yeah, but times got me lost, babe. Check out my heart with a scope. Yeah, it shattered the dose.
I like the direction of this musically. I would love to hear you make more music in this space, but it's just the timing thing for me. And I'm a stickler for timing, so just know that that's like a very like me thing. Let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, we hadn't talked in a while. He just hit me up the other day out of the blue. Devious, what's up, my dude? I like his tone too. I actually think his voice is really cool. For me, the biggest thing here is just the master is a little quiet. You know what I mean? That's one thing that stands out. And then the timing thing, it's not the end of the world. But for me, it's just something that catches my ear when the timing is kind of off and it's like a key part of a hook. You know what I mean? Wish the cadence would change up a bit, but a great texture in his voice is Ola. That's fair. That's a fair note. A little bit more variation, I think. Especially in the verse sections. Chorus is actually really solid. Really, really cool idea. I definitely want to hear more from you. I definitely want to hear more of what you're working on as well. But for me, biggest things, and this is just like to keep in mind, like as you continue to make music, master, making sure there's more balance in that and making sure it's really, yeah, exactly. Better timing and mastering. That's quite literally it. And I would say even just going back and like, it's like milliseconds, bro. Like I'll say this, like everybody that I work with knows that I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to timing. I am. I literally am, originally from Birmingham. Yes. I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to this stuff. And like, even in the studio, like sometimes I have to ask everybody and be like, yo, is this just me? Am I just hearing this? Or is it a millisecond off? But timing, and that definitely comes from classical music. Like timing is just so important. So to me, if I hear something that's slightly off, it's going to fuck with my ear. So like, it might not even be that big of a deal if I'm being real. But just something that I'm hearing when I listen to it. Okay. UK Flows, Edge Solo up next. I'm excited to get to this one. This guy told me he was the best rapper in this chat. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I'm not gonna be rude, but that's a big claim.
Man, I hate when they lie excuses. That man, I might try exclusive.
Okay, I do like this already.
Can't just lose it, might just abuse it. Certain man want what you got, it's a lot. But we don't keep snakes on the block, it's a lot. If you really wanna rock, no drop, hold up, no luck, man, a gangster. It's 1,000,000 to 1 when I score like this. Now who's gonna catch me?
This does remind me of some of my favorite grime rappers of all time. So,
and I'm just playing for fun, got my eyes in
Edge Solo, where are you from, bro?
Might just sub in my little one, go on then son, or lads go gently. Last time that I run a man down, I was on up estate, no belly. Face bait, he tried run but can never escape. Big man, little man, no it don't matter, call my gang too mystic.
He's gonna find out in a second, bro.
Just business, trying to get my pockets them well overweight. Give me that play. And I really don't need to gangbang my use.
Grime MC originally, I can hear it, bro.
Right hand man that I left back home to look over the gang offshore, so we don't need no santan. Live by the shore, but I don't do suntan. And if you still think you're a bad man, then my man's were down with a shank or a backhand.
We need the gun fingers up for this one. Turkish Cypriot? Ah, nice, bro, nice.
Got no dilly, plus no patience, got no chili. Don't be silly, don't want more women. Turn your man from Alan to Lily. Man, I hate when they lie excuses.
I like this hook a lot, actually. You weirdly remind me of Sway to Sappho. This is my demo volume 1, one of my most played CDs when I was a kid.
If I hear that the statement's heavy, then I'm ready for the aim, hold steady, then head it. It's a headache for the up on my block, got shots like Nathan Tete. Trying to make it snow like SK again, make the scene all sexy again. I could
never be a vulture
and beg me a friend, come I know my culture, like get me again. If you wanna war, send me a send. This pen come like a brand new length. They can never test me again, try arrest me again, just try me. I've got time.
Yeah, this is a true grime MC right here. I like this a lot, man.
Big trendsetter, just get better. Not a nice fella, your gal get wetter. Big bag get up, don't drink Stella. Do say cognac, only my Jenna. I got the link like Teva. Send me a letter on socials, banned from Twitter.
I hate when they lie excuses. Exclusive. I could never be a loose kid, too sick. Might just abuse it. Sex in the block, it's a lot.
If you really wanna rock, no drop, hold up, no luck, man, a gangster.
I like this. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of personality in this as well in the delivery. I think that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I look for, especially from grime UK rap. It's one of the things that I've always really enjoyed the most. It's just kind of like the witty lyricism, the approach, the fun approach to like dealing with a vocal and having fun with it. What are your socials? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, I like that. I'm gonna play you this purely because now we're doing this and it's fun. Fuck, how do I find it? Where is it? I did one a while ago. What's it called? This is War. And please don't judge the mix on this because the mix is absolutely dog shit. And I'm just gonna say that straight up. It's got to be on here because I did it on this computer. This is War. Where is it? Yeah, man. Made the beat as well. Yeah. Loved it.
I had to do it to him one time, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna go toe to toe right now.
Don't talk to me that way. I don't rate it. If I tell you once, we'll say it twice. Leave you underneath my case was. We get eye to eye, either side got shooters. Mine never miss, make it painless. Keep one top of my steel ain't stainless. I got skeleton stacked like savings. Big elephants in small rooms, we'll chat about issues. We take it outside, it's all about pride, I'll keep it real with you. Demand my respect, I earned all the checks and now it's all violence. I heard all the rumors, cleared out the room and now it's all silence. Complaints and excuses, I turn sirens to violence. Took the abuses, they crossed the line and now it's bells chiming. Mothers crying, why my sons keep dying.
Me and Solo.
Hey, break to God, they're still flying. It's a cycle, shot, bro. We got man's back. If we can't find this fucking dickhead, then we'll get his dad. We had limits once, and that's way past that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we might pull up and go take his fucking cat. This is war. Don't take sides.
It's Thursday today, T. Karis.
If we all die, this is war.
I don't know why I just did it for fun at the time. I'm not an engineer, so I was just fucking around.
Drown in the madness. This is war. Don't take sides. Nobody wins.
I don't know if I love the second verse, but I did a little bit of a switch up just for fun.
Collateral damage. Tears will fall. Drown in the madness.
Going crazy, I lost my brother, what am I doing? I should be back at the crib with my bitch, we could be coolin'. I'm on her banging, what if we lose it? Now I got blood on my hands, my shit is too late for choosing. Doesn't matter shit, wish I could've forgot, yeah. I saw the faces,
man, me too, but I had no reason to go this year, so.
Consequences of my actions, I'm a nightmare. If I could turn back the clock, then I would take back the evils I brought to the world.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the sport either, to be fair. That's what it is.
Please just forgive me, I never had help, no.
This is war. Don't take sides. Nobody wins.
But you know what?
If we all die,
that's why I don't make music anymore. So.
This is war. Collateral damage.
But yeah, first verse I really enjoyed. I just wanted to share that with you. Ola, showing you tonight up next. Hey man, that's totally fair. That's not my favorite one by any means. But I used to do it. I don't really make music like that anymore. If I do it now, it's like I sit down and I just make it because I feel fucking like have like a moment of being like, yeah, let me just like fucking freestyle some shit. So that was like literally like sitting there like fucking stream of consciousness bullshit. All right, this is Ola showing you tonight, and then we've got like 15 minutes left before we get into these free sections. So if anybody doesn't want to do a paid skip, feel free. But if not, that's also fine. You do have to lean into it for sure. Ola. Send post, I'll play you another one in a second if you want. Ooh! This has a great bounce to it. Oh my god. Yeah, it's Ola on Instagram. Ooh! Yo, if you guys want to submit music, if you just join us in the chat, just use this link right here. It's free to submit. Same way, just make sure you use the link. Submit on Nero. When we get into the free skips as well, I'm going to be pulling from Nero, so you got to make sure you submit in there. TK, just make sure you submit a Nero as well. That's where we take all of our submissions now. What was your Instagram, bro? Put it in the chat. Definitely gonna follow you, bro. I love this. Oh! I mean, look, I will say this. We've listened to some of Ola's music before. This is my favorite Ola song by far. Yeah, Finesse we did. Or Panda we did. We talked about it too. It's like Chris Brown, but it's not quite Chris Brown at the same time. It's got a little bit of that vibe to it, but at the same time, man. And it's got that I'm fucking you tonight reference, which is nice too. Arrangement on the hook section is super addicting. It's really nice. There was this other one I wanted to fucking show, Edge Solo, bro. I gotta find it. Yeah, that was crazy. 10 out of 10. I enjoyed that one a lot. Don't worry, the VOD will be up on YouTube as well. So make sure you don't miss that when it comes around. As soon as we get off stream tonight, it'll be up there. Sorry, this is all my beats right now. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, I mean, that's it for the paid skips tonight. I'm not mad at that at all. Let's do another free one from the spinning wheel for now. And then in about 10 minutes from now, we'll do kind of like a free skip section. So usually for the free skip section, we'll do like a little bit more rapid fire mode, 60 to 90 seconds of each song, but we'll try and get as many as possible. So just, you know, stick around. We'll get to that. Damn, I'm going to play you guys another one that I fucking did right now. Just for fun. I don't know if I like that one. Shit, there was another one. I can't remember what it was called. Was it? Oh yeah, it was this one. It was this one, actually. Yeah, it does. It uploads to YouTube as soon as we get on. This is the one, but I don't know if I like this one that much either. But like, anytime I record something, that was just for fun. Well, I have fun making it. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I had fun with it. Come on. Calm down. It's not that deep.
Feet up, watching Arsenal on a Sunday. Hit the ground running, hustle on Monday. Turn my dreams to reality one day. I got tired like I'm lying on a runway. Fire in the booth, fire in my heart. Proof in the pudding, pride in the
that's what I'm talking about. That's the only reason I do it now.
I've been a light in the dark, now I save lives. Gotta give grace to the past. Why? Regrets, so I stay with you.
Ola, that shit was hard, bro.
Box of tissues for my issues. Looking in the mirror, tell myself I miss you. I lost you, so how
Thanks,
do I forgive you?
I think that's why I started doing it. So it's just like, I just want to like make different types of stuff.
Fix you. Wait, it's getting too deep, let me backtrack. Didn't mean for this to end up feeling like a sad track. Something, where the rack's at. Poke that ass back, let me grab that. Used to roll around with a scale in a backpack. Probably shouldn't have done that. Nah. 10 toes on road, I always stayed down. Still the same friends, they always stay around. Been the anchor, I always stayed ground. Played the banker, I always toss pounds. Star boy like soccer, I bring the bounce like ragga. Mind your manner, man say I'm not
it's
nice.
Still fun when I listen to it. Fuck it, I had fun.
So back up. I keep a German on my left like
probably shouldn't have done that, bro.
Shoot it might burn ya. 2 phones, one's for the plug, one's just a burner. I pick it up, it should concern ya. Wait, I keep shooters on a speed dial. Keep my hands clean, I don't need trial.
Was nice.
Never told, that was never my style. If they're asking me questions, then I'm senile. To the jury,
Devious, I agree, bro. That's why I still do it.
I'm
you know what I mean?
Pretender, but I walk 1,000 miles before I put any stories on a member. It's a little light work for you.
Man, I do have fun when I do this shit.
Work for it. I don't even gotta work for it.
What can I say?
They don't even gotta work for it. It's a little light work. Just a little light work for it. I ain't even gotta work for it.
Alright, let's do your music. Sorry. But this is why I don't freestyle on stream either, because I just can't do it anymore. Daydream. Bro, like honestly, like when I have time, it's just like what I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? So like, why wouldn't I? I spent all this time in my life. Like when I quit making music, I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna learn how to do all these things so that if I ever want to do it, I can just do it myself. That was always the point. So like, why wouldn't I just do it for fun now? You know what I'm saying? Daydream, thrift and reuse. Let us know what you think in the chat. This one comes out next month, Wednesday, April 9th. So let us know what you think. I might give you guys another preview of some other Genius Distro stuff we got coming down the pipeline too. I don't know.
My rotation like a hand-me-down.
Oh.
Have you tell I wanna spin the block and fuck around. I'm indecisive and toxic. I'll never choose.
Oh.
My whole roster get reused, not reduced. I'm a Pisces. I'm anxious with strong intuition. Delulu, but you know that I was never tripping. I saved the earth the way.
Oh my God.
They get reused, not reduced.
Oh, I don't have that yet. She's still working on it.
If I hit you up, they think I'm bugging. Fuck it, I'm still gonna hit you up. I'm blocked the number. In text.
This is like Rambo meets somebody with more energy.
Drop the pin if you in the city, cut straight.
I kind of really like this a lot.
Checking in before I put my face in it. Come be my temporary eater. This a free trial.
This is not out. This comes out next month.
Speed dial. Wait, hold on. I recycle my rotation like a hand-me-down. They only have you till I wanna spin the block.
Yo, this is tough, bro.
Indecisive and toxic. I'll never choose.
DAEJ Dream on Instagram.
I'm a Pisces. I'm anxious with strong intuition. Delulu, but you knew that I was never tripping. I saved the earth the way I thrift and reuse you.
Hey man, this is very good. Yo Malik, I saw you playing guitar for somebody in the back of something the other day too, and I was like, holy shit, that's Malik English. I know that guy.
Our whole roster get reused, not Delulu, but you knew that I was never tripping. Delulu, but you knew that I was never tripping.
Nah, we're doing free skips right now. We do have a paid skip that guarantees you get played, and that'll put you at the top of the queue if you want to do it. It's $5 or $10 for a super skip. We're gonna do free skips from the chat in more of an order in about 9 minutes, but in the meantime, we're gonna do some free random ones.
New designer, no fun if they all can copycat. Funny how one man's trash is same man's treasure. Thrift the vintage, I keep your ass around forever. I recycle my rotation like a hand-me-down.
You just gotta wait 9 minutes, bro. That's how. That's how. You just gotta wait.
Indecisive and toxic, I'll never choose. My whole roster get reused, not reduced. I'm a Pisces, I'm anxious but strong.
This is a fucking cool song.
I was never tripping.
It's called Thrift and Reuse. It's by Daydream. DAEJ Dream. Go follow this man. This is the first time I've ever heard this artist before, and I was immediately a fan. Great energy on the vocal. Great beat choice. Nice songwriting. A lot of good things in there for me. Tech Time. Malik English up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. Oh, Fatal Error button label. Never seen that before. This is Tech Time by Malik English. I've never seen that ever pop up for me with Spotify. Malik. More of this. I'd like more of this from you. Yeah, definitely let him know, Malik, if you don't mind. No, I don't mind if it's just beats. I produce too, so like I'm down to kind of like listen to and look at anything and give feedback. Malik.English on Instagram. Bro, I need more of this from you. I like that it kind of has like, it's not dancehall, it's not Afrobeat, but it's got kind of that island like bounce to it. Some of you guys know this, but I'm a big dancehall fan. I've always been a big dancehall fan. Ever since I was like 12 years old, I've been listening to a lot of dancehall music. It's a thing in the UK. We listen to it a lot. Yeah, I like this a lot. Let us know what you think in the chat. It does have a little Caribbean vibe to it. Yeah. No, we do free skips a lot. You might get the random one in a second. You never know. I'm going to do another random skip in a second if we don't get any more paid skips. Malik.English on Instagram. I gotta be real, bro. This is probably my favorite song that I've heard from you so far. And I've liked other songs, but this one is different. There's something so different to it, man. Melodic choices are perfect. Your vocal sounds really good on it. I like the little bit of a tinge of accent on the production is such a nice choice, but it's unique. I think that's the thing that I really like about this one is like, it helps you stand out, I think, in my ear in a completely different way that we haven't really heard before. And I really like it a lot, dude. You can what? You can get more plays on Spotify. I got no money. What do you mean? That's fine if you don't mind. Stick around for the free skips, bro. We're finna do some free skips. Don't worry about it. If you're in here, the odds of you getting played before the end of the stream are pretty high. We don't always get like a big free skip section. Delphia. We're gonna bump up Delphia right now. Look, we'll do free skips in literally like 1 song or 2 songs. That's it. I'm training, made it bonus back home. Yeah, like I like that, bro. Like there's something really nice about that. I would love to hear that. Don't you need money to distribute stuff on Spotify? I mean, yeah, I mean to get it there in the first place. Yeah, in theory. Ooh. So I really like this, but I will say this is like one of those rare cases where the vocal is actually perfect and the beat's too quiet. Especially for a song like this, you want to be encompassed by the sound all around. And I think this song would hit a little bit harder if this production was up a little bit more and the vocal, everything was blended a bit more. This is a rare case where the vocal just sits on top of the production just a little bit too much. Cool vibe, cool idea. It's really just the balance between the instrumental and the vocal that doesn't feel like it's quite there yet on this one. Boston-based. Recorded, written, produced, mixed, mastered by the two of us. The mix master is the thing that I would focus on just a little bit more, just kind of nailing that down a bit more. Though if you do want to distribute something, King Hoops, I guess I should probably push this. You can actually get 3 months of free distribution with 2 Lost if you use my code. So if you want to try it out and give it a shot, see if you make some money, see if you get some placements, you can try it. Who is Delphia on Instagram if you're rocking with this one? I like the idea here a lot. I think it's just the execution that needs a little bit of work. If you guys can get really nailed down on the mix, I think they'll be, they'll do great. For me, the thing that lacks here is just the mix part. If you hit !TL, it'll show up and it's also underneath me right here. KH. I would also say maybe it's just a little bit long, and maybe that's just not a ton of variation. It also could be just the mix that makes it feel longer. Lion Babe vibes, yeah, I hear it. It's definitely an area of music that I really enjoy right now. I think, again, it's just this mix for me more than anything. Sound choices are actually really nice. Melody choices are good too. Yeah, I always tell people I love the 2 Lost back end, and that's the big thing. They do have a lot of people on their roster, so it doesn't necessarily guarantee you'll be a priority if you go over there, but I think they have the best back end. Like, we're talking about self-distribution platforms. Like, to me, they've got the most data. They've got the best kind of, like, tools for independent artists back there as well. So I think there's a lot of benefits to them. Again, like, if you're a priority, great, that's better. But, like, if you're not a priority, I think, and you're just going to be self-distributing anyway, for me, I would probably go there just because of the access to different things that you have that other places don't have. Like, I've tried United Masters, I've tried STEM, I've tried fucking Empire, I've tried like a bunch of these other distro companies, and to me 2 Lost Backend is really just the one I enjoy the most. Their team's also really cool. They're super supportive on social of artists that are on their roster as well, regardless of how big they are. I see them do a lot of stuff to support artists. They've got a lot of good good educational tools and seminars and things like that they do for their clients too. So for me, those are a bunch of reasons why I really fuck with them. But like I said, and I'll say this of all distribution, everyone's experience is going to be different, and it's really about where you're a priority. So if you're a priority wherever you go, you're going to get better work than if you're not a priority somewhere. So at the end of the day, we all kind of do the same thing, but I think for independent distribution, and if you're doing it yourself, if you're self-distributing, if you're doing all the work on your own side, then I would say, yeah, go ahead, get on 2 Lost. I think it's the best. Oh, you still got some months left on this thing, bro. Okay. Did you send in some Asian blonde for me today? What am I up here right now? You did. To the top you go. All right, I'm gonna play this song. If you want to submit Blackboy Monty, just make sure you use the Nero link that's in the chat. Submit in there. 34 months, bro. Shaolin Sosa is a real one. He's been here since the beginning, basically. I want to say it's like probably the beginning. Check the rhymes, 23. Yeah, fucking Shaolin Sosa's at 34. Like, you guys have been long time members of the community. All right, so for the next part, I'm going to play the song by Asian Blonde, but we're going to get into free skips from the chat after that. So if you are here in the chat, this is what I want you to do. This is how you get bumped up for the pre-part. It is more of a rapid fire mode. We will be doing kind of like 60 to 90 seconds of each song. If you are here, put your artist name in the chat right now. In chronological order, I'm going to make another queue while we're listening to this song. And I'll put you guys in the queue. We'll play all those songs. We'll try and get through as many people as possible. It is not a guarantee that I will be able to play the song. Hit Sev, yes, the paid skip queue is still open if you want to do it. So it's not a guarantee we'll get to your song, but I will try and get through as many songs as possible in the free section. But yeah, if you can do a paid skip if you still want to do a paid skip and guarantee you get played on stream, okay? Just for the free ones, it'll be more of a rapid fire mode so we can get through as many songs as possible. But if you're in the chat, you want to get bumped up, put your artist name in the chat right now. I will do my best to get you in the queue while we listen to this Asian Blonde song, Future Bride, featuring Kenzie Voice. Let us know what you think in the chat. No, Sev, everything happens in Nero now, so you can do it in Nero as well. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Is this Kenzie's voice? Oh, no. Shit. Yo, Samurai Jack, can you resubmit really quickly? I accidentally clicked the wrong button. My bad. It won't let me pull it up though, because I pressed the wrong thing. Kenzie got a crazy voice. Oh shit. I can't even fake it. You've been driving me crazy. Can fuck in the backseat. You like being nasty. Can do what you asking just as long as you have me. This could be the best decision. Hey man, this is probably my favorite challenge or my favorite fucking song I've heard from the guys so far. This is crazy, bro. I can't explain it now, but these feelings I can hide. Yeah, this is a great pop song. You guys are gonna kill it with this. Alright, we'll put jazz in there as well. Again, we're in the free skip section right now, so if you're in the chat, Kenzie, you're sick. You've got an amazing voice. If you guys are in the chat, you're trying to get bumped up into the free section of the stream, just make sure you let me know your artist name in the chat. Oh, we're doing free skips to the end of the stream. Okay, well then, yeah, that also is another thing. Yeah, no problem. Beautiful tone. Sev, you are in the... When are you trying to put this out? We're not really doing single stuff anymore, just as a heads up, so just, you know. It's like Sam Gelatrice and Shinobi. This is crazy. June, July might be a bit tough, honestly, because I got a bunch of like full EPs dropping then. You know what I'm like with scheduling. I always tell people this. Sometimes I can't sign stuff purely off of a schedule-based thing because I don't want to like have too much in there where I can't serve the stuff we already have in the run. So that's the only thing I would say is like that's a tough time of the year for me just because I have a lot of stuff that's stacking up for then right now. But hit me, bro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it anyway. Asian X Blonde on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. They are so sick, and I am a really big fan. Featuring Kenzie Voice, who I need to go find really quickly also, so that we can make sure we follow, because that was very cool. Yeah, I'm not just going to say yes or no to you here, but I'd be down to talk about it some more and see if it's something that I could actually do or not. Cook this up in Wales. Oh, very cool. I had no idea. We got I Hate Sev with Hyperopia up next. The feature on this track for both the main artist and the producer are part of my music collective. We're going to play this one, and then we're going to get into free skips, because this is our last paid skip that we've got in as of right now. Paid skips are open if you want to do it. I saw the Bula Radio photo shoot at Camden Market. I was wearing the t-shirt today as well earlier. All right, let us know what you think in the chat. What did I do before working in music? I was 13. My first job, I was a fry cook. I worked at this burger shack for a little bit. And this was my first like job. I worked at this place. This was my boss, Doug. He's a fucking legend, honestly. These are the regulars. Yeah, I worked too. I worked at a talent agency called CAA and was an agent's assistant. And then I quit that and I was driving Uber and being a music blogger and throwing shows in Nashville. And I got my job at Genius and it's been like 8 years, but I freelanced for a couple years. I worked at a talent agency for about a year. And yeah. Well, yeah, but you need an ID, bro, because, like, to get paid out, like, you need some sort of identification to get paid out. Like, you need a bank account to get paid. So it's like, it is supposed to be to support independent artists, but at the same time, like, you have to have, like, basic things in place to distribute music, like an identity. I don't know what to tell you. If you're in high school, you can still get an ID. It doesn't have to be a driver's license. Go to the DMV, get an ID. Really? Like, do you have a passport? You could use that. And if you don't, get a passport, too. This one's got a really good bounce to it. I'll be honest, like, I've enjoyed Sev stuff in the past as well. I hate Sev on Instagram. I didn't realize this was Guttacore, but Guttacore is a new thing for me. And I quite like this. I enjoyed that. So yeah, see what the other... You don't have to travel to have a passport. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine that you're in high school. But you can get an ID. You can get a state-issued ID that's not a driver's license. It's just quite literally an ID. Guttacore is just what we call the Gutta group music. Okay, cool. It's not an actual genre, but you guys are making it a genre, which is also cool in its own sense. Fashion Week, No Mix Master by Monday, and I fuck with this artist, man, out of Virginia. I do. I really do. Every song I've heard so far, I've saved. So... what can I say? I'm dead, bro. They really let you on the plane without an ID? Yeah, man. This artist has got it, man. I think I playlisted every single song he sent in on the stream so far. That's crazy. I don't think I've done that to anyone else. She can't catch up, I don't think I can trust, so I told that hoe that she gotta beat it. If you guys are in the chat and you're trying to get bumped up for free, let me know your artist name, man. We're in our free section. Jumping on the street, no chain and Tatum. Yeah, I don't know how I've been feeling, but I've been feeling like no one fucking with me. We outside, got you who gon' ride, cause these boy act suspicious. Bad for business, but I handle business. Yeah, forgot to mention, I can't give her feelings. I be in the trap. I really don't have any feedback for you, bro. I just feel like every time that I give you feedback, I'm just like glazing you because I really fuck with this shit. His voice sounds like Lil Wayne. Whoa. Look at me now, I just feel like I made new Balenci on me. My whole class just isn't outdated. My tour related, my brother, my slime. I just pour up before with the trips of the pie. I can decide this bitch seducer. I can just tell by the I got you one D-Wall. No regular jeans every day. It's always number 9. I'm in Celine. I just like my bitches skins when she on kind of. I don't really hear Wayne. She got that fly shit on my sweat. She's not top 5. There's maybe some other artists I do. Yeah, 42 Doug I'd say is maybe closer. Yeah, $5 not that bad. Go make a lemonade and sell 5 cups of lemonade for $1 each, and you got $5 to get an ID. She can't catch up, I don't think I can trust, so I told that hoe that she gotta beat it. Latyla's not a bad call, actually. Make more bucks, they like that, he Damien. Had a whole crew from like everywhere, but we smell like Jamaicans. Why they acting hard, jumping on the street, no chain and Tatum. Yeah, I don't know how I've been feeling, but I've been feeling like no one fucking with me. Renz, I put you in the queue already, bro. I knew you weren't here, but I wanted to listen to it. Far from Mundane on Instagram. Bro's followers are going up hella fucking quick. I'm not even gonna lie. He had to start a new account. And he's up 781. I think last week when we were on here, it was like 450 something. Go follow him.
Oh, friend.
Hey man, you can still send music if you don't need an ID to submit music to me. You can still send music to me if you want. You just need an ID if you want to distribute music to Spotify through Two Lost. That's it. But for me, I don't give a fuck. You can send me music if you want. I don't need you to have an ID. It's just if you want to distribute music, then you're gonna need some identification to do it, and you're also gonna need a bank account to get paid out to as well. We're still on the ID. We're still on the ID thing, bro. Crazy enough, I can hear some Florida in his voice. Yeah, he's from the DMV though. He's from Virginia. He's Filipino as well, and his music is hard. Like, I really have enjoyed like everything I've heard so far. All right, we got Samurai Jack, Speed Racer with Quajo up next. Shinobi, Quajo, Jay Irvin, right? Is the third one in this? I'm trying to remember everyone's names. Speed Racer. I fuck with these guys, man. Great music, young people, also in the DMV. They're in Maryland. Let us know what you think in the chat, Jeff. Oh, the mix on this one sounds so good, bro. The only thing I would say about the song you have out right now is the mix. But this mix is sounding real nice. Shout out to the DMV, they issue IDs. Stop. I've curated a troll-based community. Oh. If you want to submit music, here's the link in the chat. We run everything through Nero. We're in our free skip section of the stream for the next 20 minutes. This one's getting playlisted without a doubt. Steve said, what happened to the R&B song you played it 2 months ago? We still need that. I'm dead. They're coming out. Be patient. Yeah, bro. Make sure you let me know when this comes out, because I'm going to be supporting it. There you go. Dropping in April. I told you it's on the way. W Rapper, amazing movie. Did you ever actually watch the cartoon version of it? I want to know. Definitely cool picture. This one drops early April. It was a cartoon first. I am just going to shout that out again. If you want to get into the Speed Racer lore, go watch the cartoon as well. Yeah, the movie version is cool though. I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy it. Another one you should watch. Hot by Jazz is in the queue. We're gonna get to it. Samurai Jack, S4MURAIJXCK on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. Another one. So this is like if you guys like Speed Racer, then I would highly recommend watching this movie as well. It's called Red Lion, and it's an anime. It's like an anime sci-fi film, but it is like basically what Speed Racer is, but it's like an anime film, and it's fucking cool. Hold on, let me see if I can find you guys a clip while we listen to this next song. Stay High, A-Trill up next. Bro, it's sick, actually. Here, I'm gonna play it with no audio while we listen to this song. I'm sorry, is this a Stay Fly sample? One of my favorite 3-6 Mafia songs? I loved this, by the way. This movie was crazy good. Yo, we got an anime thing in the thing. The mix on this one's a little rough. I like the idea a lot. Need a little bit more balance between the vocal and the instrumental, and a little bit more body in the vocal too. That's a little bit quiet. I'm a big anime fan in general, but this one, if you like racing, like shows and movies and stuff, this one's fucking cool. And if you liked Akira, this is very good also. MF Ghost is made as a racing anime. I'll check that out. I feel like you're not getting much of the storyline here, but visually it's cool as shit. So enjoy, have fun. This is not a music video for the song. This is an anime called Red Lion that I think you guys should watch. If you like racing, like we were talking about speed races. So if you like speed racing, you'll like this one. Well, that's why people do anime music videos. Okay, like the idea on this one. Biggest thing for me is the mix on it. Not quite there yet. _Atrill_ on Instagram. The thing that I would really just keep an eye out for is like the vocal was a little messy on the mix, just from some little like inconsistency things, but also the volume level between the beat and the vocal is probably the thing throwing me off the most. It was a good, really good beat choice. I didn't mind the song itself, but it was really mostly the mix there that I think could improve a little bit. Philly Life will wrap up next.
Oh, friend.
Initial D is good too. I want to watch the live action version of that.
Please be my friend. Oh, friend.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been watching a lot of anime recently, because I've been locked in on fucking Vikings on Netflix.
All right.
And so I finished that, and then I started playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I've been reading. I finished up like 300 pages of my book the other night. Code's up for life. That code's there for life, bro. It's not going anywhere. Psycho Pass is cool. I did like Psycho Pass. So I like this pain music. Too much reverb on the vocal is the first thing that I would say. When you can hear the reverb as a completely separate thing. Vikings is dumb hard, bro. I'm watching Vikings Valhalla right now too because I just have to know. You know what I mean? Rap Real 2Ls1 on Instagram. Biggest thing for me on this one is going to be vocal mix. My rule of thumb is if you can hear the reverb as a separate element from the vocal, there's too much. I hear it separately of it. That would be the biggest thing that I would say. Outside of that, I like the actual like beat choice. There's aspects of the delivery that I think could maybe improve a little bit as well, but the biggest thing here is probably the actual vocal mix itself. I tried to start watching Vinland. I didn't get so heavily into it that I finished it. That happens with me with a lot of animes. If I don't get into it in the first couple of episodes, I might not watch it, or I'll come back to it years later and maybe finish it. But Vinland wasn't one that I actually like. I didn't get as into it, but at the time I wasn't like really into like Viking shit either. Now that I've watched Vikings, I might go back and try it again because I probably will like it. Hot Jazz. Let's play this one. We keep getting off track. No, animes I've been into recently, I really loved, Demon Slayer, though this most recent season's been kind of garbage, honestly.
No TikTok, ticked off, no tic-tac-toe tip in. How drowning the light swimming. I'm sober, I ain't finished.
This is cool. Mix is a little rough on this one, but this is really cool. Yeah, so the Solo Leveling I need to watch, because I read the entire webcomic of Solo Leveling and fucking loved it. I need to watch the show, but I read that shit, and fuck was it cool. I read it so fast.
Please get off the block, boy, you hot.
I did see Shangri-La. That was really sick. I really enjoyed that one a lot. And I'm currently in Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War as well. This is really cool. Dude, you're writing a comic book? That's sick. So I have, you can't see it right here, but there's like a shitload of graphic novels back here. I actually have a signed Frank Miller in there as well, which I'm really hype about. So I'm also a bit of a graphic novel comic book nerd. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, my boss was like, yo, Frank Miller's doing a signing, and I literally forced him to take one of my books and get it signed. It's called Nexus Legion. That's cool. Hot by Jazz. That one was really easy to listen to, honestly. I saved it in the playlist. The mix could have been a little bit cleaner, I think, to me. But outside of the mix itself, I really, really enjoyed a lot of this. Lose My Mind. Xavi up next. We've got like 10 minutes left. 4 more songs. We'll get through all of it. Yo, if you like, what kind of like comic books, graphic novels do you like, bro? ReZero, Starting Life on Another World. I'll have to check it out. I watched Scavenger's Reign on HBO recently, and that was really cool too. I liked that a lot. Yo, if you're in here, put your socials in the chat, Xavi. Marvel, DC, Image Comics with Invincible. Invincible's really hard. Tower of God was really good. Tower of God was really good. Actually, that was the another one I really liked a lot. I'm gonna see if we can find this social right now. Is it this one? This is you? We gotta post more. This is cool. It is a bit loud, but in a good way. Okay, Shinobi, I'm gonna tell you something you should read in a second. It's Image Comics. It's like kind of like a small series, but I loved it. If you like sci-fi, if you like space shit, it's really, really good. And you should read Saga if you haven't read Saga at all, because that's fucking awesome. Yeah, Saga's amazing. I started reading it, and it's this series by Brian K. Vaughan, who is also one of my favorite graphic novel like story writers. He's dumb hard. So I definitely suggest reading this one, man. Yeah, super, super good. I have like I like to get mine in like the big like volumes where I can read like 100 pages, like 200 pages at a time. Like I don't like to do the issue to issue shit, which is why I always end up having like the thick ass versions. But yeah, definitely suggest. Here, I'm gonna go grab a couple things from the bookshelf really quickly while we listen to this one from Dev Mac, who Dev Mac was in my songs from the comments thing today as well, and I love his music. Give me a second.
Proud to be nothing. Can't say time, it keeps going. Car won't stop, it keeps going. Don't go far, he ain't coming. One more coup to keep nothing. No more lies, the truth coming. One more lie, the truth hurts. Don't look back, the truth first. No more room in this hearse. Grandma gone, the truth hurts. But she ain't far away, she right around the corner. Drop the bag in 50K. Drop the attic, get away. Teach me how to get away with murder. Wrote it out and signed it at my birth. Try to catch me, find me where it hurts. Cause I've been looking for you. All around the city, I've been looking for you. All around the state, I've been looking for you. You've been in my MIA, I've been looking for you whole time. Cause I've been looking for you. All around the city, I've been looking for you.
I'm back.
All around the state, I've been looking for you.
I'm back. All right. Things to read, bro. This. Star Wars Darth Vader. They also did a Darth Maul one. They came out through Marvel. Amazing. Far Sector by N.K. Jemisin. She is a black female science fiction writer. Amazing fiction work. But this is a Green Lantern story, and it does not feel like a Green Lantern story. It's exceptional. If you like vampires, 30 Days of Night, the movie is sick. Graphic novel's just as good. This whole series, Roche Limit, it's just 3 books. I read it so fucking quickly. Also, yes, this is a great song. Dev Mac is really sick. I've already been enjoying a lot of the stuff that he's been writing. Berserker. This is actually Keanu Reeves' graphic novel series. It's also very good. Violent. If you like John Wick, you'll probably like Berserker. My favorite Frank Miller graphic novel, Hard Boiled. Crazy, crazy drawings and illustrations in it. I'm just gonna show you some stuff. Boom. Amazing, amazing illustration, right? Just like great world building. That's it. Boom. And then Saga, like I said. Just really, really cool. Great storyline. If you like space stuff, you are gonna like this. So there you go. Those are my suggestions in the short term for you. Read those things. And if you like manga, get some Junji Ito. Amazing. Shout out to Dev Mac. Dev Mac on Instagram as well. You'll see him in content. I already posted him in some content today. I already fuck with his music heavily. Dude's really sick. Yeah, let's pull up his socials. DevMac, bro. DevMac. DEVMACCC on Instagram. Been really, really impressed by his music recently. Teen Titans Run, Brett Booth made with Tim Drake as Robin. I'll have to check that out, because I will say, like, on the Marvel side of things and DC, I'm not the biggest Marvel comics guy. I love DC comics because how dark they are and how like gritty the storylines are. So a lot of like my like traditional like comic book collection is mostly DC stuff, like a lot of Batman, a lot of like the Batman graphic novels, Joker, that kind of stuff. The signed one that I have is actually the Dark Knight Rises, Frank Miller's like Batman arc. But I've been like enjoying stuff outside of the classic DC Marvel universe. Like I like Dark Horse comics a lot too.
See life through a red pill, it's problematic. Getting hot,
Rins, you'll get that, bro. Just lock in with a videographer because your music is dope. I would agree with that. Marvel does have better cinematic pieces. Rins on repeat. Go follow this dude. One of my favorite UK MCs right now. Animated movies for sure, DC, 100%. Yeah, DH did do some great Jedi comics. I agree. And also, like, I'm a big Walking Dead graphic novel person because I think the graphic novels are way better than the show. So, Under the Red Hood is super, super dope. I mean, if you like Batman, The Long Halloween and that whole storyline, incredible. That's like one of the best Batman stories of all time.
If I'm supposed to run it up, then I need stamina. See, they ain't one of us.
Rins, bro, you're real consistent. The quality of your music is super consistent, and I truly like enjoy everything I've heard from you as well.
Now I'm navigating life, and yes, I'm reading all the T's and C's. Check what I'm subscribing to. Can't be fooled so easily.
Oh, that's sick.
They're moving weird. I need an ECG. Maybe not the price.
Yeah, I'm a big DC fan, bro. That's like my go-to.
Life is moving very fast.
But I hate what they've done in the movies. Like, they've just made them so stupid and not, like, dark and gritty. Outside of the Dark Knight trilogy, which is exceptional, right? Like, they just haven't really done a good job of, like, keeping that, like, darkness in the stories. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're into the same stuff. Yeah, Zack Snyder, I could go on a rant about how much I hate Zack Snyder right now. This is like a hill that I'll die on. He ruins everything he touches. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Wait, because this is like a real thing for me. Rins, you're fucking sick, bro. Rins on repeat. Go follow him. Listen to Rinzor on Spotify on streaming. He's so good. Yeah, I need a videographer. I think you're in Birmingham, right? Bro, I'm gonna ask around. I got some friends there. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna help you find somebody who's dope out there. All right, Zack Snyder. I'm gonna go down a fucking the rabbit hole really quickly before we end the stream on why I hate Zack Snyder so much. So look, like we're gonna go through his whole filmography right now, right? So Dawn of the Dead, 2004, directorial debut. Source material, 1984. Version of Dawn of the Dead, exceptional zombie film. Zack Snyder touches it. It's dog shit. 300, amazing graphic novel by Frank Miller. Incredible source material. He turns it into this weird, like, propaganda-based, like, anti-Islamic, like, just action-packed, no storyline bullshit. Watchmen, one of the greatest graphic novels ever written. Easily. Alan, what was his name? Alan Walker. Incredible. Zack Snyder touches it. No character development. No depth to the characters. It just cuts out so much important shit that's in there. Why did he do that? It's terrible. Sucker Punch, awful. Just complete CGI nonsense. Man of Steel by Superman, awful. It was like I fell asleep. I actually fell asleep in the movie theater watching Man of Steel. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, amazing graphic novel, terrible movie. Suicide Squad, amazing comic books, terrible movie. Wonder Woman, that one was okay. I'll give him that one. That one was decent. Justice League, terrible. Aquaman, oof. We shouldn't even talk about it. Wonder Woman 1984 was good, not as good as the first Wonder Woman. Zack Snyder's Justice League supercut. Why did he do it? There was literally no point. Why did he do that? There was no need. Army of the Dead, again, great source material, terrible remake. So the Suicide Squad, he didn't really work on it, and that one was actually substantially better than the first Suicide Squad. Army of Thieves, again, really no necessary need for it at all. Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2 is easily the worst 2 movies I've ever fucking seen in my life. I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and he has basically just taken an amalgamation of a bunch of different types of sci-fi movies, shoved them into one. And my biggest issue with Zack Snyder, and I'll say this to my death, bro, to my death, zero character development. If you watch a Zack Snyder film, the first 5 minutes of every movie he makes is a montage scene where you are supposed to get all of the context for the characters for the entire movie, and then you get nothing else for the rest of the time. That is my biggest pet peeve with Zack Snyder, is there's absolutely no depth to the characters in his films, and it's so unnecessary. The Suicide Squad was good. That's the one that I will say was good. Batman vs. Superman is probably the best one of that run, but also at the same time, if you read those comic books, again, they are so much better. That's my problem with him, is just that the source material is so much better than the movie. And this is a conversation I've had more than once. This is why I've got my evidence. I know what my argument is. I'll go back and I'll talk about it. I'll go through the entire list of films. Because if you go through all of them and you go watch the original versions of the movies that he's remaking, or if you read through any of the graphic novels that he's doing and making movies about, bruh, it's just like, oh man, who keeps giving him a budget? Stop it. It's terrible. It's actually awful. Stop giving him money. Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2 should actually be scratched from the record, never to be watched again, never to be seen. All right, that's it. That's my rant on Zack Snyder. We're gonna listen to these 2 last songs. We're gonna go on a raid, and I'm gonna go hang out with my wife. Rockstar Life by Backhang, 1D Wall. It's the fucking lack of character development, guys. Yeah. It's like, come on, you gotta make me give a shit about the characters in the movie, otherwise I'm not gonna care. Why would I watch it? That's all. That's it. That's it. I'm off my soapbox now.
Yeah. Rockstar life is what I'm making. Rockstar life is what I'm taking.
Shinobi, bro. Absolutely, man. I'll talk about comic books anytime. I love them. Yeah, I was going to say, for me, the first thing I would say here is probably the tuning is the biggest thing. You got an AT4040? That's a good mic. So I'm not so mad at the idea of the song here. Beat's pretty solid. But the biggest thing that I would say around this is most likely the tuning and then the mix on the vocal, right? You could do a little bit more on those 2 things. Timing as well on the delivery at times could be a little bit tighter, and that's one of the things I would say too. Pana Finesse, what do you mean by that? Because there are a lot of agencies who do help in different aspects, but if you're talking about like the playlisting agencies, I would not do those. Those are trash. Yeah, there's things about this I like. The things that I would focus on, though, for you, just generally would definitely be timing and then mix. You'll get better at mixing the more you do it, in all honesty, so just keep working on it. Yeah, I like, if you're going to hire an agency, make sure it's like a digital marketing agency or like somebody who does something useful. Like if it's like a fucking like content creator, like placement agency, like those are pretty solid, but the playlist placement agencies are all trash. Don't do those.
Hey, they said I changed, they said I switched up.
This is from 2020. Are you gonna re-release this one? Nice. Alright, let's see who we're gonna go raid. Yeah, that's the thing, is like no one can guarantee anything on that side of things. That's why I tend to avoid them myself. It's better to just put the work in and find the right people to send you music to who are doing playlists actively, right? And even then, it's maybe not going to bring in all that much. So, Absent, I don't think you were ever in the queue, bro. If you got your 2 homies on it, make sure that co-primaries, so oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Make sure that co-primaries so you guys can all tap into each other's audiences algorithmically.
Yeah, I feel a vibe, and I come alive. What a big surprise, you with me tonight. They said I changed, they said I switched up, ain't the same, yeah.
My bad. I just guessed at where I was. That's my bad. To be fair, we are in the free like rapid fire mode though section. Unless, did you do a paid skip for this? Oh shit, my bad. Well, that's my fault then. I was just guessing where we were at. That's my bad. I didn't mean to close out of it. That was my fault. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've had an extremely long day today. This one's actually really solid. Let me know when this drops and when you re-release it. I think I'll probably end up putting this playlist, to be honest. Yeah, I do. This does have a nice bounce to it, man. Next stream is going to be Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. This is the schedule. It's every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 8. But if you guys are in the Discord, make sure you join. We have our community playlist, which is still open for submissions. And we'll be doing some Q&As soon. I'm waiting for you guys to vote on who you want to see in a Q&A. If you want an A&R, manager, distributor, curator, artist, producer, like whoever it is. But we're going to start bringing guests in to answer your questions in the Discord. So make sure you join the Discord if you haven't. And then also, today I dropped another Songs from the Comments content piece. So if you want to go submit your music for that as well, just make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House on Instagram. And you can just leave me a comment with your artist name and song title. I'll be listening to those in the next week. We also have our release calendar. If you guys did have new releases that dropped this week or releases that are coming out in the upcoming weeks, just do that as well. Tips to get on the big blogs and A&R Connects. I wouldn't worry about the big blogs at all, if I'm being honest with you. They don't really do all that much for you anymore. It's not really a strategy that I focus on when I'm pushing music, especially when I'm thinking about breaking new artists or developing artists. I don't really focus on the big blogs as much. And same thing with A&R Connects. Like, it's all good to like reach out to people and kind of build those relationships, but at the same time, the best advice that I could give you really is to just kind of focus on building your audience and building like a fan base for yourself. Build your socials up, because all those people will come to you as soon as you do. And quite honestly, like if you go to an A&R, you immediately kind of lose your leverage and you're not going to get a great deal if you're going and pitching to other people. Same thing with the big blogs. Like, it's cool. Like, the thing is, you'll just spend so much time like focusing on that when really, like, they're just not gonna give you, you're not gonna get much out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you get a Fada post or like a Pitchfork post or whatever, but it doesn't really guarantee the people who don't know you already are gonna go back to your music or go back to stream your music or go follow you or any of that shit. You might get a couple people off of it, but realistically, like, the best thing you can do is just like really double down on making great content. Figure out what the messaging is and how to like really get a fan base engaged based off of what you're selling them. Build with curators who focus on music discovery first and foremost, because that's actually where you're going to find an audience that gives a shit about finding you as a new artist that they don't already know about you. So I would just say, like, build audience, build socials, and just focus on yourself, right? Focus on making good content, focus on getting the music out, pushing the music. If you see opportunities pop up, take them, submit your music for them, look for the submission forms, look for the places that take submissions. The paid submission shit I don't really love, if I'm being honest. That's why I generally won't do that myself for artists that I work with, because I just don't think that it's fair to charge an artist to submit music. Like, at the end of the day, like, we have a paid skip queue because everyone asked me for it, but like, it's not really like a thing. Meta ads is a good tool to use. Yeah, you just have to make sure you're targeting your ads properly. If you can do a good targeted ad, great. One platform that I would suggest actually that will help with that I already fuck with, and you can use my referral code in the Discord as well, is Symphony. They use AI to help you do targeted ads, and I have found that you get a really, really good return rate on how much you spend. The click-through rate is cheap. It's good. I would suggest using them if you don't know how to do targeted ads yourself. This is a great place that will help you do it and actually get a good, effective ad spend. And like I said, there's a referral code in my Discord if you want to use that. Feel free. Okay? So this is the platform that I would say, if you are doing it yourself, great place to start. But there's other communities, there's other platforms, there's other like pages as well that kind of like do and take kind of like, you know, I don't know, that can help. I haven't heard of Andrew Southworth, no. But I'm like generally pretty weary of fucking the internet advice guys, and I like, as an internet advice guy myself, I'll just say that I generally, more than anything, my big thing is I just don't know how much I trust them sometimes. Not that important. If like you're not getting priority from them, it's not that important. You can just do it wherever. Like, you do TuneCore. It's just about delivery and customer service. Like, if something goes wrong, having somebody to talk to. I just like Tulos because they've got good tools on the back end. You know what I mean? Like, you can do things like usage discovery, where it'll scrub the internet and show you where your music's being used or played in people's content, and then you can reach out to those people directly. There's like pub admin if you want to do pub admin through BMG on the back end. There's Spotify discovery mode access, which you can submit for. So to me, it's just kind of those tools that to me make it good. And then also just the data collection is really good there too. So that's all. Absent, I like this.
Got no worries, shooting like I'm Curry range, you know I'm skilled. Drip too hard on every drop, gonna pop, get off of deals. In my DNA to create the work, get mad at Bill. Marvel at me, always shield. Got people waiting for it, but they ready just to steal. That don't cut it, let's be real. Yeah, I stay up in your grill. Have some layers, need a pill. Never stop, you know I'm still making moves. Gotta prove that I'm the best that ever did it, never snooze.
I like this. I think part of me wishes the delivery was maybe a little bit more dynamic. I think like stylistically, like we're talking about just like the inflections in your vocal, it feels a little flat at times. So that's maybe the only thing I would say is just like as you're making more music, just think about playing with your vocal a little bit more and trying different inflections because it'll keep things interesting as you move through it, right? That's the only thing I would say. Try to comment on most of the posts. Yeah, like you should do that for sure.
Always come and wanna look back at your life and have no repercussions. Can't lie, getting by for nothing hella times. Need to take.
There's also like AU Dollars, whatever the fuck, that Australian specific hip hop platform. Like they're pretty good for that kind of stuff. I used to get stuff not Australian on that platform as well, and I always felt like it was a good kind of like place to start. But I mean, look, my approach to pushing music is generally like thinking about the artist that I'm trying to push, and then positioning like how I'm positioning them, right? So yeah, of course, man. For you, bro, just really think about the mix on the vocal. That was the biggest thing that I had for you, bro, rap. Alright, guys. That's it. I'm tired. I gotta go. I got a release coming out tonight, so motherfuckers gonna be up until midnight, making sure these links are right. Rounding up any placements we get and everything like that. So I don't know, did you? Oh shit, guys. I should have closed the queue. All right, I'll play these last ones. You did. No, you did. I actually don't have a way to refund, and the guy who does the platform's not here right now, so I can't even do it. I'll play the song. No, you're fine, Absent. I would do it if I could, but there's not a way for me to do it. We'll listen to these last two, but I am gonna turn the queue off now, so nobody else submit or do pet skips. No, you're okay. I didn't say anything, so that's totally my fault. I'm not even pressed. I'll play these last ones, though. I appreciate you guys. I don't love Submit Hub because I think they just take your money. Same thing with Groova. Sometimes it's good. I feel like it's just being really targeted about what platforms you're trying to get to, and if they use those, then, you know, do it. But, like, for me, I just think it's whack to, like, charge people to submit music. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and Submit Hub's just trash because it's like, use your credits for feedback, and then the feedback you get is, like, not even anything to do with your song. I've just used Submit Hub too many times, and then had them, like, give me the most, like, bullshit, like, generic response to things, so I don't like it for that reason. I just think it's a waste of money. But every now and then, if there's like a specific platform I know I'm trying to get to that does it there, I'll just do it. But same thing with Groova. I just don't like the idea of charging people to submit music. It's like a fucking job to listen to music, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna charge people to listen to music? Fuck off. Sorry. I don't know, bro. I think there's like a form to sign up for. Yeah, sometimes you can get some good connections off of it. It's just like, I think for me, damn, this is tough. I think just from like an ethical standpoint, I just think like, it's just like fucking lame, bro. Like, I don't know. That's why I'd rather just set up my own submission form. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd rather just, but that's the thing too, is like certain size playlists a blog, but it's like, a playlist with like 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers and no one fucking listens to it. So it's like every time I pay for that shit, it's like I'll look at my results and be like, well, I paid for this thing and then like it got in it, but it didn't fucking do anything for me at all. So what was the point? That's it. To me, it's just kind of like whack. It's just like a whack way of doing business. Like, I don't know. Just fucking make an email and like go through the emails. Is it that hard? I can legitimately say I've never paid, like no one's ever paid for placement with me ever. On the Genius side or on my own shit. And I'd rather keep it that way. Do I fuck with the music? Great. That's it. That's all that matters. I don't know. When we were coming up off the blog era shit too, that's what it was. So I just don't really respect that aspect of it, man. A lot of Submit Hub creators show their IG email. Yeah, they don't respond to those DMs though, because I've tried that too. I'm not gonna lie, I've tried that for sure. So that's good, and that's great. That's great, but like 750 on your release for 4K streams is not going to recoup you that 750. You know what I mean? So like when we think about investors and like labels and shit, like they're going to be thinking about recoup. For me as a distributor, if I'm going to give somebody an advance, I have to think about how I'm going to recoup on that advance, and am I going to get that back off the streams, because that's what we're earning off of. So to spend 750 and get 4K back, though that is a good return, it's like when you think about it in the grand scheme of things and how much money you're going to put into that plus everything else. Mixing, mastering, recording, like whatever the fuck it is. It's a lot of money that goes into the music in the first place. So I just, to me, this is like a me thing more than anything, but like I just don't believe in charging artists to submit music off the fucking fact that they gotta spend so much money on making the music in the first place. No one's fucking helping them with that shit. It's whack. I don't know. It's just like, for me, I don't know. And this is like a me thing again. Like I agree, like if somebody's like whole fucking life is this shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Streams don't equal fans. Fans are who pay the bills. That's why I'm always like, you'll focus on building a community and building a fan base and like talking to people. You know what I mean? Because then you can do direct-to-consumer shit. Arguably make more off of less. I don't know. This shit is all backwards right now. I just don't agree with the landscape of journalism, music journalism as a whole. There are people I really respect right now, and there's a lot of people that I don't respect at all. So, I don't know. Hey man, that's what we do this for. I've been doing this for a while, and like as a manager, I've managing artists for like 10 years. I've been trying to figure it out with like no budget forever. Damn, this is fire from Jared too, also, by the way. Jared, what are your socials, man? Thank you, Kiko. I am thirsty. I've been over here ranting about things for the last like 20 minutes. You guys missed my Zack Snyder rant. You can catch it in the VOD though on YouTube if you want. Man, I'm good. I'm tired as fuck. I got a release coming out tonight. I gotta go work on after this and make sure everything gets out properly. I'm in New York, bro. So if you're in New York, let me know. And if you're planning to come to the US, I would say if you want to do press stuff, come to New York, because we got a lot of that hell here. How are you pushing your artists in markets outside their main one? Targeting, and then also finding platforms that are outside of that market, and targeting markets and like, you know what I mean, like platforms in the UK and Germany, like wherever it is, submitting music and trying to get them on them, and also like strategic features and stuff like that. I like this a lot. I'm gonna follow you even though you're not posting it. But start. There's never a reason to not start. That's the thing that I always say to you. Start as soon as you can and just be consistent with it. No, you're okay. I got off of work 3 hours ago, or 2 hours ago, and I am tired. And tomorrow's gonna be a long day because I've got a release coming out. So release days are always like a bit stressful. I've heard of Zarella PR. No, but I would also say don't hire a publicist unless you have some shit that's already moving. Oh my god, sorry. I'm like choking on my own fucking words right now. Yeah, so my thing is like I wouldn't hire a publicist unless you have like something already moving. Like if something's already got movement, great. But if you are like hiring a publicist and you're expecting them to be the one to kind of like build and tell the story, like I just wouldn't do that because they get really expensive. And although they will bring something to the table, sorry, our queue's closed right now because I'm already over time and I'm gonna go. But yeah, like a publicist is great for pouring fuel on the fire. But if you're expecting them to build the fire, it's just, you know, you'll spend more than you have. When you have movement already, do you need a publicist? I think so, yes. And the reason that I say that is because it can take you from one level to another level and get you into different opportunities that maybe you wouldn't be able to get without a publicist, especially if you don't have that contact or if your manager doesn't have contacts like that. I think if you got a manager who knows a lot of people, then you don't need one necessarily. But I do think that like having somebody who specializes in PR can be really helpful. For example, I just did this country album last year. We hired a publicist because the artist had the story to tell. And there was like some movement there, and we ended up getting a People magazine interview, which is not something I would have been able to do on my own. You know what I mean? And there was aspects of things that I was able to get separately of the PR company, and we worked hand in hand. And it was a huge help to have somebody focus on that side of things while I was focused on the distro and the DSP side of things and the curator side of things, right? So I just think there's like pros and cons, and it's like if you have the budget to spend, do it. But if you don't have the budget to spend on hiring a publicist on retainer for an entire campaign, because a good publicist realistically is over $3,000 a month, right? Like that is kind of like the price limit, maybe $2,500. I would say is like probably the price limit where I would say like a publicist is actually good. You know what I'm saying? You can't see a list, but you can watch the VOD on YouTube once I'm done and off stream. Volta, I'm good. I'm about to leave because I'm tired as fuck, and we've been streaming for 2 hours, and I have a release tonight. Viral content, you'll be able to look at my content you need to push out. I don't know if I understand that. Yeah, being a publicist is low-key super lucrative. I ran a fake PR company for a while when I was in college, because I was doing it as a manager anyway, and I just didn't want to put my name on everything, so I was sending people to a fake PR company that was just me. And I was just doing PR under a different name, and I was charging people like a very reasonable amount. I was doing like $250, maybe like $300 a campaign, and getting them blog posts and things like that. And like, you know what I mean? It was just like, I don't know. At the time, I just like didn't want to be a publicist under my own name, but I was like, you know what? Like I'm doing this shit anyway, so like let me just start a fake PR company and do PR, and it worked. So like I did a couple campaigns, got a bunch of like placements for people. I was like, fuck it, this is cool. It's just like a time consuming and thankless job more often than not. But yeah. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm tired, but honestly, like I do one-on-one consultations if you want to hire me for one-on-one consultations, but if you want to ask questions in the Discord too, I'm happy to answer them in the Discord. Sometimes it's just better for me to be able to give the information to everyone at once because it's just hard for me to like talk to every single person. Like I manage 4 artists and a songwriter. I have this and then the Discord and the Instagram. I make all the content. I make all the content for all of our stuff on Instagram as well. And then I have a full-time job managing 2 distro companies. So it is a lot. That's the only reason I can't like do, you know, like sometimes there's just too many questions for me to answer. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta go eat something. I gotta go sit down. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody who submitted music and did paid skips today. I do really appreciate it. I'm back Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time, so tap in. If you want to submit music, feel free to submit music. I don't know why we're sitting in silence. Usually, I'm not doing that. I'm not reading comics tonight. If I'm reading anything, I'm reading Isaac Asimov, who is my favorite sci-fi writer. So we'll see. I'll probably read a little bit of that tonight. But you guys have a great night. I'll see you soon. New Music Friday content tomorrow. Peace. The Veda comic's very good. All right. Yeah, I do know Aman. He's dope. I fuck with Aman. Peace. Sorry, you guys would talk to me forever if I don't just leave. So I gotta just leave. I appreciate you though. VOD will be up on YouTube very shortly. We're back on Monday.
But I got big dreams cooking in mom's basement. And I go online. And everybody else saw Paramore Live. Well, I was on the grind. Instead of living life, I had to go pay a lot of money so my video could be scrolled by. Some teenagers cheater finger licking hands. I got more bands to make. I got some hands to shake. And get in your wallet as fast as I can. Cause baby, isn't it easy to see? 'Cause I gotta be better than you. But I don't wanna be like you. Huh?